Okay. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Dalek 451, the new Dalek Emperor. How are you all doing out there this morning? This morning, or whatever time it is for you. Let's let's see who's in. Let's see who we got in the chat, shall we? Hey, Pleasant Valley Picker CA, good to see you. 1 a.m. here, so I can't stay long. That's coming anyway at 9 a.m. your time. Yes, it is. It's 9:15 in the morning here. Right, downtime difference. Yeah, tell me about it. Every live I've watched lately is late. Well, can't stay long as I work tomorrow. Do the Evolution 78. Good to see you. No, good to see you. I'm here, so please tell me, TimeLord Spock, I've arrived, please. I'll tell him once he gets here. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Got our first guest.
Hey, Alec. How are you, man?
PvP.
Yeah, I just wanted to pop in. Oh, geez, let me turn my. Sorry, I got an echo.
It's all right.
Let me see. I just gotta check my to my headphones. Yeah, I got my headphones on, so that should be good now. I think it should be good now. The sounds.
It's all right. Glad you came on anyway. Need to refill ice water. Says do the Evolution 78. Be right back. Right. Is everyone late on their live streams now? Yeah, I was. Look, I was. The reason I was late is because I was setting. Well, it's probably because I was setting up.
It seems like actually, Dalek, though, it seems like everybody in the last I don't know a month or so, every time I've gone on a live stream, everybody is always late. Like even the really big channels like Doomcock or whatever, seems they're always like 3, 4, or 5 minutes late. It's like I
Yeah,
guess it's like the fashionable thing to do now or something.
yeah, yeah. You do have. Yeah, you do have a bit of a point. Especially when someone schedules their live stream, they do start at least a couple of minutes late.
Everybody, it seems. I'm always waiting. It's like even Clobby on clobbering times. He was like probably well I don't know, like 5 minutes late the other night when he was doing the Jack Kirby stream or whatever. It's like oh well. I
Yeah,
don't mind though. It's no big deal. If I want to watch a stream, I don't mind waiting 5 or 10 minutes. No big deal.
yeah. Right. Now that I am live, and my question is now, where's the captain? I thought he joined me before I went live.
Captain Spock.
Well, of course.
Uh, Gosh, I have no idea. Maybe he's off doing something else. Could be. Hey, it was like I was wanting to watch some stuff in the watch room with Jill tonight, but I sent her an invite, but I guess she was busy because she never showed up. So it was like, oh well. I know she's got
Oh,
lots of stuff going, so it was no big
oh,
deal.
oh,
But
I saw, I was with Jill on another stream earlier on, and speaking of the devil, here he is. Hey, Captain.
Hi. Sorry, I had to. At this level, business never stops.
Got that? Yeah, you got. That's right. You're a busy man these days with that comic.
Got to get that comic book out. 4 pages down, 20 to go.
oh, you're
Well,
doing a comedy book. Wow,
yeah,
Yep.
he is.
cool.
Got an artist because I could do the art, but I thought, I know I want really good art, so I got an artist doing it.
Awesome. So is it going to be? Are you going to be getting printed editions of it so we can
Yep.
all buy one? Hopefully.
Yep. Absolutely.
Cool. Wow, that's awesome. So what's the theme of the comic, if I may ask?
Parallel universe is
Ooh,
briefest.
I like parallel universes.
Yeah.
Ever since I saw Mirror Mirror as a kid back in 1969 or whatever it was like, oh yeah. parallel universes are pretty damn cool.
That's exactly it. Mirror. In fact, In fact, you're right. I think mirror universe is the phrase to use. So that's your go-to reference. I agree. Maybe that was the first one I saw. That. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I wonder. Do you think there were any parallel universe stories before they did that on TOS? I'm not
There
really sure,
must
but
be. I don't know. To this day, people are conflating parallel universes with time travel stories, but you can have ones that are one or both or neither, right, darling?
oh, true, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
In fact,
time
there's
travel.
guaranteed no time travel.
I think time travel to me is different than a total parallel universe where you have duplicates of everything and everyone.
Well, it depends on the story. 12 Monkeys, there's only one timeline, but obviously in Back to the Future, there's three.
Hmm. Yeah, it does vary, I guess. It always is kind of a muddy thing, though, I suppose, when people get into time travel and
Ah, well,
parallel
Dalek will
universes.
tell you, people think it's muddy, but thanks to, well, with all modesty, thanks to Dalek and I and a couple of other geniuses, we've popped that myth. It's actually quite straightforward. A couple of diagrams later, you'll be right as rain, right, Dalek?
Agreed. Absolutely.
Well, yeah, I agree that it should be straightforward, but you know how people love to,
No, it is
conjecture.
straightforward. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. It is straightforward. The fact that it's
Okay.
muddy is a myth. It's very straightforward.
Hmm.
Trust me, or don't trust me. Buy my book, read that. It will show you it's straight. Maybe
Oh,
we should call it
okay.
straightforward time travel, because
Yeah.
we've been doing this for months on YouTube, and most people just go, "Ah, timey wimey, my head's going to explode, bang," and then we have to
Yeah.
reboot them. It's
I know.
really like there's two ways of doing it. Forget about 12 Monkeys. That's more complicated. It's this simple. You go back in time, you create a new timeline, go hog wild, do what you want. You cannot affect the previous timeline. Relax, have fun, go about your day.
That does make a lot of sense, actually. Now that you explained it that way. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Right, Dalek?
And yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
That does make a hell of a lot of sense, actually.
Because a lot of people get into, oh, changing the past. You can't turn back time. You can't do it because grandfather paradox.
Yeah, I remember the grandfather paradox. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. It's by definition, it has a solution. You can't kill your grandfather, therefore you can't go back in time. Therefore, you're creating a new timeline. Therefore, it's nice and easy. Job done.
Hmm. Yeah, I try and generally stay away from time travel and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I recommend that you do because otherwise you owe me money. So you know,
Well, I don't want to owe anybody money because
yeah,
my
exactly.
paycheck is. I had less hours last week, so my paycheck is reduced. So I can't afford to owe anybody money except the building managers that own my apartment. So I got to pay them tomorrow.
Why do they talk about time travel?
No, they don't give a shit
Okay.
about time travel. They just want to get their money.
Fuck them. Well, fuck them. Give me your money.
They're classic, building managers.
I've noticed that about building managers. They never want to engage about time travel. I mean, parallel universes, fuck yeah, they'll sit there and talk about that. But time fucking travel, no way. Time
Yeah,
management, maybe.
yeah.
you've got
They
to
only care about money management, not time management.
Oh,
you've got
nice.
to
Well, no management. Yeah, not time travel or time management. Money. What about money travel
Hey,
then?
look! Hey, get!
Yeah.
Hey, look! Looks like we've got our third guest for this morning.
Oh my God, we have another guest.
Wait,
Well, there's
hello,
four
Mister
watching now. It
Mister
says.
Mister CCDV.
Mr.
OMFG.
CCDV. Oh, please.
Oh, he's drunk
Oh,
and he's walking over in the
please.
bar.
Right now, I'm just the drunkard. Maybe I should switch my
Yay!
avatar. What do you guys think? Should I switch my avatar to the drunken philosopher?
Go
No,
for it.
switch it to Amelia Clark.
I like the Swedish Chef though. Swedish Chef is good too.
Get your
I
Amelia
like
Clark
the
out.
Swedish Chef.
Amelia Clark.
Yeah, Swedish Chef is always fun. What the hell was the Swedish Chef song again? Forget
Captain
it now.
I'm the
Spock.
Swedish Chef. Yes.
I talked to you multiple times
dare you.
live, and I've talked to you multiple times on your stream, and you kept saying you could not let me on your stream because
Yeah.
You didn't know who I was. Well, here I
No.
are.
No, I know who you are. No. I know who you are, but you've got to follow a complex set of rules, one of which is don't show up drunk. So you really fucked up, haven't you?
Well, Dalek 459 doesn't mind me showing up drunk.
Who the fuck is 4-5? When's he showing up?
459.
Friend of yours, darling. He's going to show up with 8 of his mates.
It's 451. You dingbat.
Hey, someone called Dalek 459. His mate, the Swedish Chef, is here, and he's tanked up already.
Fine, 451.
Oh, 451. Damn, I'm at the wrong fucking party. Oh, sorry. I thought you wanted a Danish chef. No, it's a Danish pastry. What, from a Swedish chef? Yes, I said Dalek 457. 457? Can you hear yourself? I've got the wrong taxi. Oh, this is the wrong comedy sketch altogether. Sorry, I thought you wanted an argument, a rouse down the hall.
I do sincerely apologize, Dalek 451.
Thank
For
you.
confusing it. All you Daleks look the same to me. What? How dare you? You're cancelled.
Actually, I have a question. Why Dalek 451? Is there a
Ray Bradbury, bro.
It's a
Fahrenheit 451. Daleks work. Dalek. I'll cover this one.
It's like, why not Dalek
Dalek
452?
Because Ray Bradbury didn't write no book called Fahrenheit 69 now, did he?
You cannot assume that
Dalek rolls deep, bro.
is the reason he chose that name.
It makes total sense. Now it makes total sense. Thank you.
Dalek rolls deep, right?
Light
Dalek?
bulb just went on. Light bulb just went on.
Dalek, did you actually choose 451 because of Fahrenheit 451?
That is brilliant. I must say.
That is brilliant, Dalek. So just go with
Kudos to you, Dalek. Great respect. That is
great respect to your very clever name, Dalek. You hear that?
Well.
Well done. That's the kind of thing that will keep you subs if you just keep your mouth shut.
It's not as
Dalek, la 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 la. Anyway, so how about that My Little Pony? That's good, isn't it? Where's Moises when you need him? Where's today's edition of Noises with Moises?
Sadly, Moises said he couldn't join us.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, he's gone. It's very late where he is. He's gone to bed, so he won't be joining us. Unfortunately,
no Noises with Moises. What we gonna? Have we got a last minute replacement? Maybe learning how to pee with ccdv.
You don't want to hear that.
Remember, folks, cut the shake strip. Use a towel if you need to. Just sort it out before you put it back in, will you? All right.
Just
moving on.
Microphone and hope for the best.
Hey, ccdv, how many Marty McFlys do you think there are in Back to the Future, and why is it 3?
There's not just 3. There's 7.
Oh, here we fucking go. Have you been talking to that Jens?
No, I've not been talking to Jens.
7? Really? Oh, I've got a Dalek. You hold him down, I'll sit on him. I mean, to be fair, most motherfuckers are going like, yeah, there's only one. So at least you recognise there's more than one timeline and more than one Marty. But 7, you've lost your damn mind, sir.
Why do you think I lost my mind?
Alcohol?
Right, he traveled back in time. That's 1.
Correct. Yes, so far, let's just acknowledge we're all on the same page at this moment. A rare moment of agreement on YouTube. He travels back in time. That's one new timeline, timeline B. The moment he goes back, he creates timeline B. With you so far, I love what you're doing. I love it. Now watch as you fuck it up.
Sounds reasonable to me.
To the future. That's 2.
So yep. Back, yep. He's in timeline. Yep, Marty A, timeline B. Yep.
He travels to the past. That's 4.
What the fuck? All right, that's it. I'm out. Check, please. You were doing so well, ccdv, so well. Because Dalek will get you. He's in the triumvirate. Dalek's in me in the circle. He knows it. He knows everything.
You can't forget the mid craziness that happened in number 2. So that's
Don't
5.
talk about the sequel. Just the first one.
Come
You can't
on,
have
Or
any
just-
dessert.
you're
yeah.
You've had your
me,
Brussels.
and I'm giving you my opinion. That's
Yeah,
that's
no,
5 so
number
far.
2
That's
doesn't
only
happen.
number 2.
No, bro. Number 2 never happened because of number 1. Think about it. What happened to Einstein, the dog? When you go forward in time, you disappear. There is no 2. Think, CCDV. Think,
It would have been
CCDV.
a
Think.
lot easier if he had a cat and it was named Schrodinger rather than Einstein.
That would have been
Oh man, that's a
fitting.
good one. I'm just going to stay out of this conversation because I'm far too dim to participate. But I think I agree with the captain. It's like, let's keep it pure to the first one, right?
Felix.
Someone say
Holy
cat.
crap! It's a cat.
Yeah, my name's Schrodinger.
Damn, I haven't seen him since I was a kid.
You see me just now.
Wow,
You
I
ain't seen me
remember that
since your
little
last blink.
bastard.
What the fuck?
That little
Wow,
fucker creeped me out when I was a kid.
Wow.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Schrodinger.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
Schrodinger's cat.
That's good.
Think, McFarlane. Think.
Oh my god.
Hey, look at this guy down here. He's a fucking muppet. A fucking muppet. Who would believe such a fucking thing? Look at this guy.
Oh my good
I'm the
lord.
fucking chef. What the fuck?
That's not what I was
You're
expecting
killing
to ever
me,
see
man.
tonight, I
You're
must
killing
say.
Here, go cook me a sandwich. Here, hey, chef, make me a grilled cheese sandwich over here. Hey, what the fuck? Call this a restaurant? Damn.
Oh
What are we
my god.
talking
That's-
about?
Oh man, just your presence, Felix, in this stream is already 10 times better.
That's why people say I love pussy.
Felix,
So what does Felix think about time travel?
Oh man, I like doing it every day. Every day.
I do time travel every day. I wake up, I get dressed, I go to work, I get home. That's time travel, right?
No, that's passing time. Ain't the same thing at all. Who is this guy?
It's the day-to-day grind, I guess, more than time travel.
Oh, I like better day-to-day grind. Grind.
My favorite time travel for my life right now. My favorite time travel is when I forget an entire day.
Yeah, that's called blacking out.
No, unfortunately, I wish I could agree with you on that. Unfortunately, I can't. Yes, I do lose days. I do.
Yeah, days, weeks, man. 1973. No fucking clue. The whole year. Bam, gone. Hey, where's Nixon? That's what Agnew said.
I still remember Nixon. Oh, God, I wish I could. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Nixon
this
was
is
a
not politics.
ass.
This is real life.
No. You got me talking about politics.
Yeah, well, that was your problem.
Let's
You
talk
brought it
politics.
up.
Politics sucks.
But you started
I'm
it.
tired
You
of
invaded
politics.
Poland.
Everything's bloody politics these days.
I'm not from
Every
Poland.
bloody show is
I'm a
politics.
fucking American, for crying out loud.
That's not supposed to.
You said you were a Swedish chef. Hey, you got your visa papers.
Yeah, you're supposed to be Swedish. Come on, man.
Yeah, what
I
the hell?
said I'm a
Same
Viking
character.
American.
You better get an American icon.
Hey, I'm an American icon. What the fuck? Who are these guys? Dalek, who are these guys? I don't know what's good.
Okay, enough of Mickey. Let's get. Come on, Captain. Get your proper icon back on the
Mickey.
screen.
That's
Mickey. Who
goofy.
the fuck said that?
Well, you look like Mickey.
He's not Mickey. That's
Who
Felix.
the fuck? Someone's gonna be swimming with the fishes.
Yeah, well, I might be swimming.
Oh,
with the
that
fishes, so I don't
cement
need a
is
bit
just.
early.
It's there for the weight to dear.
Okay,
5 will
Felix.
get you
I know
10
it's
old
Felix.
Mackies
Good
back in
I know
town.
it's frickin' Felix. Okay.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Everybody, quiet! Look who's here!
Yeah, it's
Rod
like 1:30 in the morning.
Thunderheart.
Oh,
Hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah, now it's a party. Now it's a party.
What's up, brother?
I like to party.
Oh, not too much. Just recently unemployed.
What?
Oh,
Oh,
been
that
there, done
doesn't
that,
sound good.
brother. Been there, done that.
Yeah,
Recently unemployed. Tell us about it. That sounds kind of crap.
I was driving truck across country, and then I think well, the last 2 weeks I only worked 4 days,
Holy
2 days
crap.
a week. Yeah.
That's not good.
Now I understand the first time was just was I mean the truck was in the shop. Anyway, but then last week, again, 3 days went by and I was just kind of like, oh well, like I guess there's nothing happening right now. I wound up actually being stretched out to 3 days off. So then, and now that I think about it, the other thing I'm thinking was that, I was hadn't hit the 3-month mark, so maybe they're looking for cuts or something. They brought me and 5 other people into a room, and like we're gonna have a meeting, and like they started talking about certain things that they're going to cover in the meeting and all that, and then they motioned, okay, well, let's go to the next room or whatever, and and then all of a sudden, like they waved me and one other guy back and said, "Sorry, but we just can't afford you right now." That's pretty much it. So me and the other guy, I just like, kind of, I think he was probably just as upset as I was, but I mean, to their credit, yeah. Well, I mean, to their credit,
what did your hours get cut back to, Rod? Like that sounds pretty crappy.
No, cut completely. Like
completely, you got your hours
another
totally
company.
cut.
Probably
as I said,
to another city in order to get another truck driving job.
That sucks, man.
I as I said, the previous 2 weeks, I only worked 4 days. I only worked 2 days per week, Thursday and Friday. I will say that this job pays so ridiculously good that I mean those 4 days, I still made it $1,600.
Well, that's good.
That is good.
Yeah, well,
very
nice
good.
pay, yeah.
Well, when you're driving like 13, 14 hours, then
Not
no, you're not allowed to say that. You're only driving 10 hours a day.
I can imagine that being a truck driver is a very, very, very challenging job at times. I mean,
well, in Canada, the rule
driving 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Well, in Canada, the rules are 13 hours a day, and then
really,
and you can't work past 14 hours.
Yeah, well, they don't want people falling asleep at the wheel or whatever and killing themselves or somebody else. Of course, I mean that makes sense, right?
Those silly Canadians.
Has anybody heard of?
I have no major complaints. It's not perfect, but it's not great either.
No, that's right.
But yeah, that sucks, Rod. Like, damn, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Like, you haven't
at least
had any employment lately, or?
Well, I mean, like it just happened like earlier, like yesterday, Wednesday.
Oh, shit. That's like my job. I'm sorry to interject a bit, but
no.
I've been like working like 3.5 days a week lately, and then last week for reasons I won't go into, I got cut back to like 20 hours, so like a 3-day week or whatever.
Yeah, no, I totally see it, man.
Yeah, so now my paycheck tomorrow is going to be like so small that I know I can probably manage to pay my rent and the bills at the end of the month, but it's going to be so small. It's like I'm going to have like maybe $50 to live on for the next 2 weeks, kind of thing. So it does really suck,
Yeah,
it's a challenge. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, to his credit, my boss Vince, he gave me his card, and then he said that I could use him as a reference, and he also gave me a list turned on the back, and he gave me 2 companies that he said he knows the guys there, like the human resource, whatever, the guys who hire.
Right, the guys that are
and-
like hiring and firing kind of thing.
Yeah, and he said, check with them.
Well, that's cool. Awesome,
He was,
boss.
yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, I mean, like he gave me a really tight handshake, just kind of like you just in his eyes, you could just see he was just kind of like, man, sorry.
I know. I understand what it's like having a great boss. Like my boss today actually sent me $700 a day ahead of the actual payday, just so I could be sure I would pay my rent tomorrow night. Like she's that
that's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah, and then she'll just deduct that from what my actual pay would be tomorrow on Thursday payday. So probably tomorrow will be like $60 or something. But I got enough in the bank tonight to know that I won't have to have my rent check, skip, payment tomorrow night. So, she's an amazing lady though. She really is awesome.
Yeah.
I won't get into details and get all goofy, but she is really a cool lady.
That is actually very cool. Very cool.
I've been working for her 2.5 years now, and she has helped. I mean, so most of us working there are, people, in our older years, in our 50s and 60s, and some folks, they have, physical, challenges, and she's just like an angel. That she's a religious lady, and she's like on a mission to help people, when she can to kind of achieve and succeed in their lives. So she's a very sweet lady. Anyway, I shouldn't go into any more details.
Okay, honestly, I'm gonna toot my own horn here. I do allow the people occupying the 2 bedrooms above me. I allow them to stay here for less than
good for you.
rate.
That's cool, man. That's very cool.
For the last 2 years, I've been supporting other people my entire adult I own this house life, and when they say, "Oh, I can't pay the rent this month because XYZ," and I go, "Son of a bitch."
Yeah, I imagine it's challenging. So I think it's a very noble thing to try and help other people out. As long as they're good people and they will eventually pay you.
There are assholes out there who will
I know.
Literally they will literally kick these people out on the street. And they have no other recourse. Right. So even though I've known them for years and they are annoying as hell,
okay,
it doesn't mean I'm going to kick them out of my house.
The thing is, even if people are annoying, when they're good people or bad people, right? And
well, the funny thing is, when one of the occupants, she said, "Oh, you annoyed me the other night by slamming the door," and I was like, "You haven't paid rent in like 18 months."
Oh my God, you're very patient.
Please do not ever accuse me of being rude. Don't ever accuse me of being rude. You haven't paid rent in 18 months.
I gotta tell you, if I got free rent for 18 months, I would never even think of accusing anybody of being rude. I would actually get on my knees and thank them every month.
Yeah, I'd have kicked them out just for saying that. Out immediately through the window.
That's a long time, man. That's like TimeLord rent.
It's like, okay, fine. I won't negotiate with you anymore. I won't work with you anymore. Just get out of my house. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was so drunk that night. Yeah, well, you know what?
That is a very long time, though. 18 months, man.
Oh, it's fine. Her not boyfriend is paying the rent.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes a difference then, I guess.
Yeah. It's not like I'm losing money on the deal. I mean, her Her rental agreement is being paid by her ex-boyfriend.
Oh, as long as it works out, then I
It's
guess
weird
that's
as
pretty
hell, but yeah, it works out most of the time. So,
good. Oh man, life can get pretty weird sometimes. That's for sure.
Oh, don't even get me started
like
on that.
you don't ever get to say anything to me about anything that I want to do in my house. Never say anything to me about what I want to do in my house because you have not paid me $1
Yeah.
for 18 months.
Yeah.
You have not paid me anything. Your ex-boyfriend can tell me something, and I'll still be pissed off, but you cannot tell me anything ever.
Oh, yeah. I'm living with my brother on the farm, which, well, it's not really a farm anymore because we just rent out the land to the neighbors. But my mom used to live here too, but she she became, well, she's both diabetic and she's also got an autoimmune disease, dermatomyositis, which is, I don't know, it's a skin condition which you can't be in the sun for very long.
Oh yeah,
No,
that's
Yeah.
rough.
literally
Wow.
they used to call that vampirism.
Yeah. So anyway, long story short, my two sisters, well, mom went to the hospital to get her, because she hadn't taken her pills, and I thought she had, and she was literally lying to me. My own mother lied to me.
No, it's
Anyway,
amazing how people don't like to take their meds sometimes.
Hey, when you're a caregiver, you got to make sure that they're taking their pills.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
last year of
yeah,
my
you do.
mom's life, she went down so much, and she was on blood thinners then, right? And I had to take her like once a month to get her blood tested at the clinic, and
Yeah.
I
yeah,
literally
it's challenging when people get older and they don't, it's like they don't really want to accept they're getting older.
I actually
Well, that and keep
I
living.
forced
Yeah.
my mother to take the morphine. I forced her to take the morphine.
Holy cow.
I did. It was like, Mom, you're going to feel better after you take the morphine. Trust me. And so I literally had to sit on her and make her take the morphine.
She was in a lot of pain then, was she?
She had PAH, pulmonary heart arterial hardening.
Oh gosh.
And so
Pulmonary arteriosclerosis.
Yeah, I'm getting older.
PAH, same thing.
Getting older, easy.
So I literally had to sit on her and make her take the morphine.
Oh god.
Wow.
That's challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard dealing with.
It wasn't that difficult because I had to lift her up out of the bed to put her in the wheelchair, and I had to lift her out of bed or out of the wheelchair to put her on the toilet, or lift her out of the wheelchair to put her in
she was
the
pretty much bedridden
bathroom
then,
or whatever.
Like, yeah.
I mean, I was literally living with her for 24/7 for 6 months. And
Dude, me too.
Yeah, my mom was like the last year or so, she really went downhill, and I was living with her and, taking her to the clinic once a month to get her blood tested. And
right. The good thing about
it was hard.
The home hospice care.
Right.
The nurses and the doctors came to the house.
And that must have been such a great relief and help, I would imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. And I didn't have to take her out. I didn't have to take both oxygen machines because she was on 16 liters of oxygen.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
So I did not have to take those oxygen machines in my truck with my mom.
That sounds challenging, yeah.
To go to the appointments, they came to the house.
Yeah,
wow.
That's challenging, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
It's like my mom, like I could tell the last 10 or 11 months she was really going downhill. Like I'll give you a little backstory if you guys don't mind. My mom was a
Yeah,
person that she never learned to drive a car. She walked everywhere her entire life. She walked and walked and walked. And I think that's what kept her going for so many
I
years
was
is
just going to
because
say
the
that probably kept her
exercise.
going.
Oh,
Yeah.
she was so healthy.
Undoubtedly,
Up
yeah.
until she was like 89, 90, she was like a dynamo, right? She's like
Wow.
the Energizer Bunny. She just kept going and going and going, kind of thing, right? And then in the last few years of her life, I got my car back on the road, which I hadn't had in a while, and I started, taking her around in the car everywhere. And after about a year of that, I could tell she was starting to fade. And the last 10 or 11 months, she was losing her. Well, thing is, she lost her hearing, she lost her
Oh,
vision, and then she lost her balance, right? And you know what
Yeah.
happens
oh,
when that
well,
happens,
yeah.
right? When they
Oh,
lose their
I
balance,
trust me,
I
I
would
know.
tell my mom, well, let's go out for a walk for a couple of blocks. I'll hold your arm, so you don't fall. It'll be okay. And she just refused. She would not go out and walk. And that's what always had kept her going was walking, right? And
I
Yeah.
suspect that's the reason that she died
yeah,
so
well, I remember the night.
quickly.
I remember the night
Yeah.
she fell and broke her hip. And
Oh,
the amazing thing was she came through the surgery like a trooper, like she always had, because my mom had a lot of medical conditions during her life, right? And she
Yeah.
came through the surgery like a trooper, but she had this what they call post delirium, syndrome or whatever, where they're kind of in and out of reality. And
yeah.
I go there,
Yeah.
some days she would know me and some days she would just be thrashed. They'd have to
Right.
like, put her
Yeah.
arms on a board or whatever so she wouldn't hurt herself, right? And yeah, it was sad. After about 5 days after the surgery, I got a call from the hospital. The stupid buggers in the hospital, they actually gave her liquids to drink, and she basically sucked it down her lungs and suffocated.
Yeah.
So, I got
Wow.
this call, she's dying, and yeah, and I
No,
got there, and
that's not unusual.
her heart was still beating, but I sat there for like 5 hours, and I could tell she was gone because she didn't blink once, and I'd squeeze her hand, and there was no response. So
If you look at the statistics for nursing homes in the United States, and I had to do this 20 years ago. If you look at the statistics for the United States, most residents die of pneumonia.
I think that's probably pretty common. Yes, I would imagine.
Go ahead
Yeah.
and guess why they have pneumonia. Why?
Because they've fallen on the floor and they can't cover up.
Or because they've given them medications or they're
Oh,
force
that too.
feeding, they're force feeding liquids down their throat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
To this day, I wonder why they didn't just give her intravenous fluids, to take
Yeah.
care of her needs. Why some nurse or doctor would actually give her a cup of water, and apparently she drank it, and it went down into her lungs. And of course, after she'd
Wow.
only had surgery a few days before, in her weakened condition, she could not cough. Like you and I, if we drink
Right.
water, we can cough it back up, right?
Most of
Because
the
we're
time,
strong.
yes. Yes.
But she's a 92-year-old lady, and she just has major surgery, to pin her hip back together with a
Well,
metal
you'd
pin.
think they'd be putting her on fluids just to, I mean, like,
To this day, Rod, I don't understand it. It breaks my heart. But you know what the medical system's like. I mean, I'd have to be a
yeah.
millionaire to take them on and
They
sue them,
they
and I
really
just
they
can't be
want to
bothered,
get the
right?
most. And
Yeah.
honestly, I don't blame the medical system for this. I
No, the
really don't.
nurses were fan. I gotta say, I don't mean to be demonizing anybody. The nurses that week when I was there and when she was dying, the nurses are beautiful. They were fantastic. They were kind. They were generous. They give me hugs. I mean, the
Right.
nurses were great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't
And
mean to.
in in
The medical
in
staff is
2000
generally great.
in 2001, when my dad was dying, they were they loved me because I would show up. You know,
Hmm.
I'd show up at the
Right.
home. and I'd go visit my dad, and I'd say, "I love you, Dad," and
That's
then I would
great.
go to work, right? And I'd go
That's
to
great.
work, and I'd work for 8 or 10 hours, and then I would go home or go to a bar and sing karaoke and drink too much.
Well, we all do that sometimes.
We've all been there,
And-
right?
Oh
and
yeah,
then,
I've been there too
you
many
know,
times.
I went back into the Army after September 11th, and
Oh wow.
so
Oh,
I did
September.
not
That was
get
a terrible
to.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did
wow.
not get to visit my dad after that.
You'd never
And
got to see him
so
after that?
when my dad died of pneumonia, I was like,
Mm.
"Oh, son of a bitch."
I'm glad you were on good terms with him when he passed, though.
Oh, absolutely. And my mother, as a matter of fact, the week before she died, she grabbed my arm. I was pushing her in,
Oh
in the
wow.
wheelchair. She grabbed my arm. She said, "Thank you, DJ." And I said,
Wow.
I can't talk right now.
That's cool. Don't worry, man.
I can't.
Take a break.
But,
Take a break. Take a break if you need to.
well, that's what
I
she
get the same
said.
way
She
when I
said,
think about my mom.
"Thank you, DJ." And to this day, it's like when I remember she said, "Thank you, DJ." That's it. That's it.
That's so cool.
That's the end of everything I've done in my entire life. My mom said thank you. I said,
That is so cool, man.
I was like, okay, that's the end of my life. Thank you.
I can totally understand. I mean, I think for all, probably, I would hope for all of us, our mums mean something more special than anyone else,
Yeah.
ever. And
Yeah.
I can remember that day, like when I got the phone call, like they'd given my mother that bloody drink, and she got it in her lungs, and her heart was still beating, but she was basically brain dead after that, after 5 minutes, right?
Wow.
Because she didn't have any oxygen in her lungs, I guess.
I was lucky enough that the day before my mom died, like literally the day before she died, I called my brother, my sister, and my uncles and aunts that were in the area, and we had a fantastic party.
Oh wow,
It
that's
It
so
was
cool.
so fun. It was we played
Oh,
trivia, and
that's so cool, man.
it was fantastic.
You're so
And then
lucky. You're
the
so
very
lucky.
next day, literally the very next day, she died. I think
Oh,
she
wow.
was waiting for that party.
That is so awesome, though, that she went out with a party, right? Damn,
Yeah,
I wish I
went
could
out with
go
a
with a
bang.
party. That's
It
awesome,
was
man.
so amazing. It was so fun.
Oh, that's
Yes,
so
I
cool.
think that she was waiting for that party, and once she had that party, she was like, "Okay, I'm out."
That'd be awesome if we could all go with a party, right? Oh man, the thing with my mom is like, once they gave her that drink, they said, get
Wow.
over here as fast as you can because she's gonna pass away, and I spent like 5 hours with her, like squeezing her hand and
Yeah.
talking to her, and there was absolutely zero response. I mean,
Oh
I could
yeah,
tell.
absolutely.
I could tell her she was brain dead. She was gone, right? And I
Yeah.
still sat there for 5 hours, and eventually I just couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
I left, and she passed away like maybe 4 hours later in the middle of the night, and
Wow.
it was the hardest day of my life, man. Hardest day of my
Oh,
life.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely,
But
absolutely.
yeah,
And I get to look forward to that.
The best part of my story is that, and I don't mean to diminish your story. Obviously,
no, please don't
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
mind. I
fantastic.
don't
No.
mind.
But my story is we had all of the children that were able to be there, and we took pictures, and I got
That's
my
cool.
brother into the picture. He had a stroke.
Wow.
The reason I moved in with my mom is because my brother had a stroke.
Oh
And
gosh.
so we got those pictures, and it was fantastic that night. And then 4 o'clock in the morning, my sister said, Mom's having trouble. And I said, okay, no problem. So 4:00 in the morning, I drove over to the house and I said, okay, yes, she's not just having trouble. She's not just having trouble. She's done. And so we called hospice and we said, we need to get her into a bed today, this
Wow.
morning, right now. And they did that. And we had a religious ceremony. I'm Christian, so it was a Christian ceremony. She's Christian. I have the family Bible and her Bible, and I'm anyway. We did everything. The very like 4 hours after we stopped playing trivia, she fell into a coma, and that was it.
Wow.
It was done by noon the next day.
That's actually very. I mean, Mr. This is ccdv. I'm not sure. I'm getting your name right.
Conservative Christian Disabled Veteran.
I just
CCDV.
think that's such a beautiful story. I mean, I'm not really a Christian. I'm more of an agnostic. I don't believe or necessarily disbelieve. I have an open mind to everybody's story, but I think that's a beautiful story, man. I really do. I just gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. As I wanted to really get back to what I was saying. My sisters, when Mom was in the hospital, they took advantage of that, and then now they've slammed Mom into a home. And now Mom's doing the inevitable slide, and sucks. I know. I mean, like she fell in the middle of the night the other night, and
God,
yeah, and then
that's bad.
And then all she could do was call me, and then I was like, Jesus, and then I'm like,
there's nobody at the home that can help.
Well, that's just it. That's just it. I tried the home, and then I just kept getting message machines. There were six options, and I tried all of them, and they all went to voicemail. I'm just like,
yeah.
And then at the very end, it's like, yeah,
it's like
exactly.
everything you call is voicemail these days. Oh man, I feel for you, man.
And then
That
and then
sucks.
So and then if this is an emergency, call 911. Okay, fine. So I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna call 911.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah,
Right.
but it worked. They got there and they arrived and they picked her up and everything. And the only thing was that it really pissed the home off. But I mean, like, well, motherfuckers, I can't get a hold of you. So
pissed the home off.
Why should the home be pissed off though, Rod? If they're not.
They get a lot of money.
Yeah,
they get a lot of money per resident.
They should be like slapped on the wrist, not be pissed off. Like they're jerks.
It's a privately funded.
You have no idea.
Yeah,
they get a ton of money.
Oh, I know. It's a privately funded home, and remember, I'm in Canada too, which we didn't used to have those at all.
Yeah, I'm in Canada too. I'm out in BC. I think you're in Ontario, Rod, if I remember correctly.
No, I'm right next door, Alberta.
Oh, you're in Alberta?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, it's like our healthcare system is generally pretty good, but man, I remember when COVID first hit, like back a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah,
a national disgrace how many people were dying in the seniors' homes. It was bloody awful. I'll never forget it.
Yeah,
it's like it's like damn, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
I know. I feel like I'm bogarting this stream.
Yeah, I'm probably talking too much. Actually, guys, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go and it's like 2 a.m. here when I got to probably get up in about 8 hours. So I'm going to pour myself one last drink for the night, just for the hell of it, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, does that sound good?
Yeah, sure.
Sounds good to me. Yeah. I've got my drinks surrounding me.
Like, what the hell? I'm going to probably be groggy tomorrow by now anyway, so I might as well be groggy and happy.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
I might actually go and get some beer too. Well, in the garage fridge. But Anyway, I just wanted to just wrap my story up, and my life, like, it's been now the family split. It's my two sisters versus me and my brother, and like the shitty thing is that mom had changed her will just 2 years ago because, well, originally she had my brother as the POA, and then but then they kind of got into a little bit of a squabble, and then like anyway, long story short, she switched to both my sisters, not me, neither me nor my brother. So we're basically screwed if the mom passes. Well, I'm living rent free at the out here on the acreage. Well, both me and my brother, and actually that's another thing. Mom bought Robert's house because he lost his job in 2015 and he wasn't able to find anything else. And then she paid up his mortgage completely, and then but then, like, in order to do that, she took ownership of his house, but like she said that okay, I'll will it back to you. She never got around to changing the will, and now my sister, now that she's gotten power of attorney, slapped my mom in a home, and took and sold my brother's house out from under him. Arrived one Friday afternoon, and then there was my sister with my brother-in-law, and then they said basically, well, if you can't pay $250,000 for this house, you're out of here. We'll give you, and if you don't have any money, well, then you have 3 hours to get whatever you need, and then just get out to the farm.
Yeah.
So he did, and so
I
yes.
understand that. I don't
Yes.
understand that. I really don't.
Yeah.
My grandfather was worth about $2 million.
Oh.
And so when he died, I had done everything for my father and my uncles and my aunt and all that stuff. I had done all of that stuff. And so when my grandfather died, it was like $2 million separated between like 16 people.
Yeah.
And my portion was separated between me and my brothers and my sister. And I said, okay, fine. So I don't understand how people can be so angry and vindictive over
Pathetic or
inheritance.
petty. Yeah.
It's like, okay, so fair enough. I should have gotten $150,000, right? But I got $30,000, and I let my ex-wife spend all of that $30,000. So, yes, I am culpable for losing $30,000, but I should have had half or like $1/8 million, like $150 million, right? But I let my brothers and my sister take their inheritance.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people are so greedy. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why people are so greedy.
Greedy? Just back, by the way. I probably missed something. People have always been greedy, though, haven't they? Isn't that human nature?
That is true.
Have more than you need. I think greed comes back to maybe our caveman ancestry, when we were just living day by day, hunting and gathering, and there were much more powerful creatures out there that could, kill us at any day, kill us, kill our family, kill everything we stood for or believed in.
Probably does actually. I do believe in genetic heritage, so yes.
Yeah, I
do
think
believe that
people can only be greedy
we do
if you
have-
let them. If you let them be greedy.
I just think, just think of what it must have been like to be early humans back, like, say, 10,000 years ago.
Yeah, but don't you think if your issue is with greedy people, then don't let people be greedy?
Well, I did.
There
Someone's
you
got to
go.
police that shit.
Well,
I
I think
did.
greed breeds greed. And if you're among greedy people, you'll be greedy. And if you're among generous, altruistic people, you will be less greedy.
No, if you're
I
among greedy
did.
people, you'll be fucked by the greedy people.
Well,
Yeah.
I gotta say, the office I work in are really beautiful folks, and I have an amazing boss, and she has
I
helped me out so many
Then kill the
times.
boss. Why don't you kill the
I
No,
boss?
don't kill
Throw
the
them out
boss.
the window.
I would never kill my boss. Well, for one
Not
thing,
literally. What are you, some kind of murderer? What kind of person
no,
am I
I
on?
wouldn't kill my boss.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I
you're
this
the one
is
that said it.
actual
allowed.
literal murder.
You were the one that said it.
Yeah, but I didn't mean it literally. Are you taking it
Oh,
literally?
okay.
Oh my
I
goodness.
didn't realize
me.
that. I didn't realize you were being
I thought
metaphorical.
you'd realise I was kidding about the murder.
Time
I
Lord
haven't
Spock's
talked to
always
you
been that
that
way.
many times on stream,
in
Captain.
in 2015, in 2015,
And when
I
the
was
captain
separated
suggested I murder
from.
my boss, I took it literally, Judge, and that's why it's the
I
captain.
don't take everything literally, but sometimes people
I
What I
was.
mean
sound
is,
like
if
they
you've
mean
got
it.
a good team and a boss that's taking credit for your work, then why don't you go above their heads, right to their boss, and go, get rid of that person, you'll save yourself away, and give us their wages. Boom, done.
Everybody at my job is pretty awesome. I like all of them, so
Yeah,
it's not
that's what I'm
it's
hearing
not
from
that
you.
kind of
But your boss,
competitive scenario.
In 1 year, I allowed my ex-wife to spend $150,000 on nothing.
Holy crap, that's a lot of money.
exactly, you allowed it.
I allowed it.
You allowed it.
I take total responsibility for that action.
Good, that's
150
a
grand
man
is a lot.
talking.
Oh, right on. I actually want to answer do the evolutions question. He asked me what tractor trailers have I driven? Well, honestly, I've driven everything. I've driven the reefers, the refrigerated trailers,
Welcome
tractors.
to I think you're all greedy for attention with this conversation, and not everyone's getting a go. I think you all need a bit of self-awareness, don't you, darling?
I'd like Justin Rod tell us about his trucking experience.
Yeah, but what I
Yeah.
mean is it just seems to be rapidly jumping. All right, fine. You guys have fun.
Please, Rod, tell us about all your various adventures
Well,
on
my,
the road.
Yeah, fuck
I'm
my
interested in
opinion. What
hearing
am
what
I?
you've
Shot
driven, man.
liver?
Well, I drove I drove a Mac 96 Mac, which was geared. So I had to have my practice in my gears. And it was always deck with Nisky Dispatch. And oh my God, the shit they'd haul on the Nisky Dispatch decks. Ugh. I really had to learn. I'm sure glad I had my load securement course way back when. But and what else? What do you call them? They're called Super Bees. B trains, which is there's either 2 or 3 wheels that they have a fifth wheel hitch right on them, so that so that the two trailers have only 2 points of articulation. I mean, for example, there's A trains, and A trains are the bloody trailers with like the 248s, and the 48 has an A train hitch, which again, right there, that's 2 points of articulation because of the fifth wheel pin, and then the A hook at the top. But yeah, no, that's been my thing. I drove a Kenworth, geared Kenworth, also with Nisky Dispatch. I can't believe this. They had automatics way back in 2010.
Wow. I always
Yeah.
thought most
It was way back before
large trucks.
2010.
I always thought most large trucks were like manual, like stick shift kind of things.
That's That's actually gotten to be. They've done a really good job of improving the automatic transmissions, and then also because
And that's 1 hour.
So it's a lot
and then
more
that's one.
trucks. A lot more large trucks are automatic now than Rod.
Dalek,
That's
are
the
you
ones.
are you
The ones
done
that are on
for
the road.
night?
The
Dalek?
ones that are on the highway, but if they're off road, they do need to be geared.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, that's my truck speech.
Wow,
No,
that's cool,
I
man.
was
Like,
asking Dalek.
I'm so ignorant when it comes to. I
did
mean,
you only want to do 1 hour?
Yeah.
Well, not. Well, no. Well, no, not really. Just not.
Good. Yeah,
Not.
because I'm gonna mute myself and go get a beer. Probably 2.
yeah,
That's
probably.
what I
I'll
got
probably
on
head
my
off in
desk.
about. I'll probably head off on about half an hour myself because I really should get some sleep.
Okay, guys. I'll be right back in about like 2 minutes.
Sure.
Sounds
Okay.
cool. Sounds cool. Yeah, though, I mean, every day I drive to work, I got like a 15-minute drive on the fairly major highway here, and I do see a lot of trucks a lot of days, going past them, and yeah, I can imagine that must be quite a job that Rod has, like driving those suckers, because, man, that's a lot of responsibility, right?
No,
Yeah.
I actually do have a legitimate question as far as passing trucks or truckers, right? You've
Okay.
got now you're based out of Canada.
I'm in BC.
Okay. I don't know what the laws are there, and I don't actually know what they're teaching people in my schools here in the United States.
Uh-huh.
But if I see a California driver's license or driver's license plate, yeah, and they're coming up on a truck, and I know they're gonna move over into the left lane if they haven't already been in the left lane for the entire time they've been driving.
Right.
They're gonna slow down to pass a truck, and I go, "Oh, what the hell is wrong with you?"
Yeah, fortunately, we very seldom get any trucks from California up here in BC. It's usually like Canadian trucks that I've encountered on my way to work in the morning. So, but I try to avoid them because generally they go a little bit slower. So I try and get in the fast lane and get past them.
Yeah, I just don't understand the concept of slowing down to match the speed of the truck that you're trying to pass.
I never go by the speed limit.
Do not understand that concept.
I'm probably usually at least
really?
10 kilometers over the speed limit for sure. Because usually I get out of here like a minute late and I got to scramble like hell to make it to work on time, which I generally do. But
10 kilometers over the speed limit, you're not going to get pulled over. Right?
No,
and you're passing everybody.
Yeah.
However, you get behind that guy, one guy.
Oh, I hate that guy.
Who absolutely
you know what's
refuses.
Worse? You know what's worse? You
he
get
refuses
2 guys
to pass the truck, and so everybody on the interstate behind you is slowing down because that one asshole refuses to pass the truck.
Well, the worst is you get 2 guys in the slow lane and the fast lane side by side, and nobody can get by either one of them.
I don't understand that for the life of me. I mean, I literally I called my ex-wife to come pick me up and take me to the emergency room, and she refused to pass people on the interstate.
Well, that's not good.
But yeah,
it's like I don't understand.
It took an extra 15 minutes to get to the emergency room because she just refused to pass people on the interstate.
Maybe your ex-wife is an ex-wife for a reason.
So annoyed. Oh God.
But yeah, that sucks. I mean, people that go in the like there's the passing lane on the left, right?
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
passing lane.
exactly.
You're
Well,
supposed to go
yeah,
fast
yes. In
in the passing lane to pass.
Canada and America, yes.
And then they get in the passing lane and they do like, slow. They do like 40 or something.
Exactly.
Frickin'
They're,
thing.
they're like, I
I
can't
just
pass
wanna
this
drive
truck
up and
because there might be a wind draft.
I just wish I could kick them in the ass so badly. It's like when I usually I get to work early enough where it doesn't matter, but when I'm a couple minutes behind in the morning and it's like, come on, you effing idiot. Put the fucking, excuse me for swearing, put the effing, gas on the pedal and move that damn thing out of my way. And it's like, nope. Some days are
come
just like
on.
that, I guess.
Captain TimeLord Spock, you're on.
Okay, Dalek and Captain have been silent for 8. Well, they both muted. They're muted. I guess they got so enchanted with our discussion here with you and me and
Obviously, yes.
Rod
This is
that
not. Well, I've been. Well,
perhaps
I've
they've
been.
gotten disgusted. I don't know.
I've just been muted mostly because there's not. I haven't really got anything to add to this conversation.
It's impossible. Have you had the perfection itself, Dalek?
We're all just
It's
bitching and moaning, I
fucking
guess.
impossible. We reached a moment of Zen enlightenment. Don't ruin it, Dalek. The holy moment has been achieved.
You can
you
just sit back and moderate. You're good.
Look out, Doomcock. Here we come.
So
that's right. You think you've heard all about She-Hulk? Next week on Truck
Oh my
Stopping.
God! Don't talk
Hedgehogs,
about She-Hulk.
are they really a nuisance? Picking up whores on the highway, is it really recommended?
All right, so I do
gonna-
actually have a legitimate question for Dalek. Are you looking forward to
Grand Theft
season
Auto,
14?
is it actually a documentary?
Time Lord Captain, please let ccdv repeat his question.
Sorry, of course I've been hogging the conversation for at least an hour, haven't I, Dalek?
Of course you have.
Sorry, greedy me, lacking self-awareness. Sorry, Dalek, I'll mute myself again. Hogging the chat, there I go.
Next year is the 70th anniversary of Doctor Who. And next year is season 14 for Doctor Who.
Hold it. Actually, you're slightly off. It's the 60th anniversary, not the 70th.
Oh, 60th anniversary. I apologize. Okay. But we also get the 14th Doctor that year. Are you? Oh God.
What?
Tom Baker is my doctor. Chris Eccleston created the current doctor of
true.
What we Chris Eccleston created the current doctor.
You could say Eccleston was kind of my first proper doctor, yeah. Because I wasn't into Doctor Who until I watched New Who when it started in 2005.
Really, I expected you to be somewhere near my age, so Tom Baker would be your doctor.
Don't get me wrong. Tom Baker is absolutely my favorite classic Doctor. But yeah, look, I think you've got me a bit wrong with the AIDS thing.
I suspect that's the case now, so I apologize for that. But seriously, okay, so the one the episode where the Wasp was with Tom Baker, not with Matt Smith or it was
the one which had the Wasp, that was David Tennant, not Matt Smith.
That was David Tennant. Okay, in the old series, it was Tom Baker, and the Wasp was the ethereal being that just went through space. Okay, and so that was.
I just want to interject, guys. So Eccleston was the original reboot Doctor in 2005, if I remember.
Christopher
Eccleston, Eccleston created Doctor
te-
Who for the modern era.
For the moment, I really actually he only did one season, right?
Christopher Eccleston was the first modern Doctor. Yes,
Yeah,
and
that's
he
what
was
I
only,
meant. The modern reboot Doctor.
And he was only in it for one
did
season.
one season, right? I mean, it's very short. I really liked him though as the Doctor. I mean, I thought
he was fantastic.
He was
he
very.
Would have stayed.
He had a very great presence. He had
sadly,
a power and a humor that really worked well.
Yeah, I know.
I was disappointed.
I know
when he didn't do another season.
He was great as the Doctor, but the problem.
Yeah, I wish he'd done a second or third season. I was disappointed.
The thing is, he didn't want to do.
No.
He really didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I guess he didn't want to get.
And he didn't get along
with.
He didn't get along with the producers either.
No,
I never heard.
There was some major disagreement between him and I think probably someone behind the scene was probably Russell T Davies or probably someone else. But yeah, he didn't want to do it for more than one season.
Unfortunate.
I do believe it was Russell T Davies.
I thought
because
he's
never worked with Russell T Davies ever again.
And who
it's been 20 years. So
who was his companion? It was I forget her name.
Rose Tyler.
Rose.
Rose was awesome.
Oh yeah,
I
loved Rose. Not that Rose, Captain.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good season, Doctor.
Rose Tyler, not Tico.
Oh God, no.
Yes, I liked Rose.
That was a really great season, I thought.
And in 19
for only 13 episodes, it was a fantastic season.
Yeah, it was like a high point reboot. I thought, damn, if they can continue this kind of quality, this is going to be amazing. But we all know, sadly, in recent years they have not maintained that, unfortunately.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah,
McGee turned into what's his name? The guy who's wearing the wig.
McGee.
Wearing the wig. Okay. I don't wear a wig.
Well, no. In the 1980s.
Are you talking about the small guy who wore the wig when he regenerated?
Yeah, exactly.
That was Sylvester McCoy.
Sylvester McCoy. Sorry, not McKee. McCoy. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, McCoy. Like Leonard McCoy.
Bones.
And he regenerated into
eventually he did regenerate into Paul McGann.
Paul McGann, exactly. Right, but that was all entirely ignored.
Well, no.
In order to have Chris Eccleston become the Doctor in 2005.
No. It wasn't entirely ignored. Paul McGann is still officially one of the 8th Doctor.
Yes, you are correct, and also the guy who had the alien punch out of his chest.
I mean, yes, there are some stuff. There is some stuff from Paul McGann's movie that was ignored, like the whole thing with the Doctor being half human. That was completely ignored.
Yes, it was. Although I suspect with Paul McGann's Doctor, if the American studios would have picked it up, they would have gone into the War Doctor, and then
we might have. we might, maybe. I mean, we don't.
Might have.
I mean, it really is a what could have been, because like Paul McGann's TV movie bombed really badly. So
It did bomb. It did bomb really bad, but it is also a very good movie.
Well, I've seen that movie, and quite honestly, there was definitely some things I liked in it, but overall, it really wasn't that good. It was like they made the Master too campy.
You really think so? Compared to Missy and the new Doctor or the new Master, like that guy, you think that the 95 Master was too campy?
Look, a lot of things in that film didn't make sense, and they really went. I mean, I liked what they did. I liked what they did with the TARDIS, giving that whole huge gothic interior, but which is kind of something they hadn't done before with TARDIS interiors, because it all.
I like that too. The thing is that they kept changing the control room constantly, right? Even Tom Baker's timeline, they changed the control room like 3 times.
That's true. Yes.
Which I didn't have a problem with. As far as going deep into the TARDIS, okay, there might be something there, which is fine. I didn't have a problem with that in the series, not at all.
I mean, the whole thing with the different console rooms in the TARDIS. That's something that's been rather consistent in Doctor Who throughout. So there's no real problem with that.
What I loved was the 2013
Tom Baker's
anniversary.
Tom Baker's second control room was one that he and Sarah Jane found while they were exploring deep in the interior of the TARDIS.
Okay. I was thinking of the Tom Baker and what's her name? The cave woman.
Leela.
Yeah. That is the console that I was thinking of. Because it was so much more wooden, I guess is the way to say it.
What was wooden?
Well, there was a lot of wood in that. Yeah.
That particular Tom Baker's second console room. It was all wooden panels. Yeah.
Which I liked.
It was a nice looking, but it was a very small and very simplistic.
It was very simplistic, yes. And then the 2013 50th anniversary episode, right? And Tennant and Smith both looked at each other and went, "Oh, the circles! Oh yeah, the circles!
The round things, yeah.
The round things."
That had been
amazing.
That was like, that had been part of the Roundels, as they were properly called. They'd been part of Doctor Who's the TARDIS since the beginning. That was probably
of course they have. Yeah, they've been in every control room since the beginning. Yeah,
almost every console room has had some kind of Roundels in it design. Yeah. It's even the modern TARDISes, they had some kind of had something like that.
I don't know about what's her face. I call her carp mouth. What's her name?
I call a shit taker.
Because honestly, I can't see any connection between Carp Face and the former doctors. I see no connection whatsoever.
No, I mean the only way for me to maintain any love I still have for Doctor Who is to just pretend she doesn't exist.
Well, like Star Wars, it just episode 6 and away you go. But I mean, like just like season 12 doesn't exist in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter Capaldi, when he regenerates, he doesn't become her. He could just be, it's in my in my head. He doesn't become her. He becomes my own version of the Doctor.
Unfortunately, Peter Capaldi had to deal with the 12th or the 10th iteration, right? And it was like, why do you have Bill? Why do you have Bill? Period.
Oh God!
Why do you have Bill? I don't want Bill.
I know what you mean. Bill was so annoying.
Oh, god awful. And Peter Capaldi did his absolute best to make that series something that someone would want to watch.
He did, absolutely. He did. That's what I always say. Most of his stories pretty much sucked, but Capaldi, he was an amazing doctor, and he did the best with what he had. I love Capaldi's Doctor. I'm not much of a fan of his stories.
The end of the series, though, it's like, okay, I'm Bill now, but I'm also an artificial intelligence, and I'm also Bill. It's like, no, you're not. You're one or the other, or you're. I'm done. I'm so fucking done. And then he regenerated into Carp Mouth. I just can't stand Carp Mouth. She just
I know. I sat through 6 episodes of Shit Taker, but Shit Taker's crap before I fight. No, I can't take this anymore. And yet my family kept watching.
My problem as well. They
don't give them ideas. They're do the evolution.
No, my family kept watching through season 2. I didn't even bother watching season 2. I did not. I still to this day have not watched The Timeless Children because why? Why the fuck would I want to watch? For the love
of God, don't subject yourself to that torture.
But my family who got involved when David Tennant was the Doctor, they got involved when David Tennant was the Doctor. And so my family was new Doctor Who, right? And I'm old Doctor Who. They're new Doctor Who.
Well, I started with the new Doctor Who, but I'd been introduced to classic Who by my parents when I was very little, but I didn't get into it until new Who came along, and then I fell in love with both. But
to the Evolution 78, how many episodes have you sat through for Resident Evil, Dalek?
You're asking me that? None! And I'll never watch that shit. Thank you very much. It wasn't even I was never real. I wasn't even a Resident Evil fan to begin with. So I don't give a crap.
I think I actually managed to anchor myself to my chair for 5 episodes.
Oh God, you must have lost so many brain cells from that.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
I was just
did.
gonna say, you know. So thoughts on it then?
Oh, I never played the games. Okay, the Resident Evil arcade games came with a little pistol that you could pick up and shoot at the screen. Right,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
played Resident Evil in the arcades, but I never played them on any home video system.
Right.
And so I don't actually know that much about Resident Evil. So I sat through 5 episodes and I went, yeah, I'm done.
Fair enough.
I'm a normie when it comes to video games. I'm a normie. I don't play video games. I hate them so much.
Oh, that's a shame.
I can sit through all the Mila Jovovich films.
Sure. Yeah,
I love
of
it.
course.
That's a shame. I love video. I love video games. I've been playing them my whole life.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. By the way, do you have an Xbox or a PlayStation?
Oh God, I feel like the old man.
Actually, I have both.
Oh,
I have an Xbox One and a PS4.
did you ever get around to Final Fantasy VII Remake?
I've got that on my Switch, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have a Nintendo Switch as well.
I take it, though, you probably haven't played the original, eh?
The original Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, 1997.
What? Oh wait! You said You said remake. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Oh, damn it! I actually
okay,
no,
okay.
no. The one I've got on my Switch is it was a re-release of the original.
Oh, okay.
So I have played some of it.
Ah.
And
I finished it.
thank you, Do the Evolution 78. I blow off steam by swinging a pickaxe in my front yard. So I appreciate that you think that playing Final Fantasy VII. Now, my brother brought home a Commodore 64, and he actually managed to get one of the video games on the Commodore 64 to say, please insert 25 cents in order to play this game.
What?
Nice.
You had to hit the enter button in order to get into the game. And it was very simple. It was I believe it was like Rabbit Maze or something like that. But it was not Pac-Man. Okay, it was
Oregon
not
Trail.
Pac-Man, but it was very similar to Pac-Man, and we played that for hours and hours and hours. It was so much fun. My grandparents bought the Pong, the Pong that was the like 36 centimeters by
Yeah.
whatever. And it sat underneath the television, and it was literally 2 screws. You literally had to screw the machine into the television in order to get it to play. And we
wow.
played Pong for 3 days.
Dang.
So, as far as when I say I don't play video games, I literally do not play video games. It just drives me absolutely crazy to the nth degree. You guys are talking about Final Fantasy VII. My brother plays that. He
Well,
to
good for
this day
him.
he plays it. He plays it on his PS5 or whatever.
Yeah.
He plays it to this day, and he loves it. And I love my brother, so
Yeah, that's
play it.
awesome.
Go ahead, do
Yeah.
your thing. My other brother, he played World of Warcraft for 8 or 10 years straight, and World of Warcraft was his thing. Me, I shot pistols and rifles.
Yeah.
I learned how to read a compass. That's what I learned how to do. I didn't play video games. A lot of my friends did, but I was bored with that. I sang and
like I said, I've been playing video games all my life. I've played ever since I was a little kid. I had a game. I had a little Game Boy, which I played all the time with, and and over the years I just kept upgrading to the next console, then the next one, and the next one, and getting this game and that game.
I realized when I was playing Super Mario Brothers on the original NES that
the original Super Mario Brothers. Awesome.
Yeah.
And I could not get through to Bowser.
I love Super Mario. I
would always get to the final level, right? I would always get to the final level, but I could never defeat Bowser. And I literally cracked one of the remote controls in my hand, and I said, okay, well, I'm not a video gamer.
Wow.
So
you couldn't be.
I had to mow 5 yards in order to pay for that that video game controller. The original NES controller with just the 2 buttons and
I think didn't it have 3. I thought it had 3 buttons. The original NES controller.
It had the 4 buttons on the right side and the cross on the left side.
Wasn't that the Nintendo 64 that had that? No, that wasn't the 64. That was
the 64 had the 2 buttons on the top. Yeah.
There was the original NES. Then there was
the original NES.
There was the Super Nintendo.
I had to mow 6 yards to replace that controller. And I thought to myself, I said, you're probably not ever going to play a video game ever again. And that has turned out to be the case in my life. I know it hasn't turned out to be the case in most people's lives. You break a remote control and you just buy another one. For me, I had to mow 6 yards to replace that remote control. So I was like, yeah, I'm not playing video games anymore. I'm done.
More recently, I started playing games on my computer off Steam. Do you know what Steam? But either of you know what Steam is?
I do know what Steam is. Yeah, I'm more familiar with Discord than Steam. But yes, I do know what that is.
Steam.
It's this great platform where you can get so many great newer and older you get classic games, indie games. It's great. I love it.
Yeah. What does he call himself these days? Kuroga. Not Kuroga. That's
Bird of Prey 5.
That's Bird of Prey 5. His nemesis is sorry about that. But well, I love both of them, so I can't really say. But let's see if I can figure out who they are. He's not a gamer anymore, but he used to be. Oh, anyway, doesn't matter. Bird of Prey 5 is who you thought I was thinking of, and his nemesis is not Kuroga, but Turtestan.
Right, Turtestan. I don't.
So you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
I do have. I've had Discord for a while, and just the other day I actually downloaded OBS onto my laptop. So if I wanted to, I could stream video games.
That's actually very popular. The Longman, Mahler, he does that.
Yeah, right. He did just last night, actually.
Right, and it was a celebration for his 200th.
200,000th.
No, his 200th movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his movie EFAP, and so,
right.
Yeah, he did like a 48-hour stream. I was like, I cannot believe you are still online. It's amazing. And then,
dang,
he went offline for like 8 hours, and he came back on. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm doing this classic video game stream."
Yeah.
He's not on now, but I mean, he was on for 12 hours, right? But the Longman is long. I mean, he stays on forever.
Oh, did you see he did a Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness one?
Video? I saw that one. That was like 6 hours long. Yeah,
I loved it. Oh yeah, totally.
And he's really good at those. He's really good at those long streams.
And he was pissed for what what Wanda did to basically, the Professor X, Mr. Fantastic, Black Bolt, all the heroes that were there. And rightfully so. Honestly, I was too. I'm like, my nephew went and saw saw Doctor Strange in the theaters, and he texted. He was just like, "Oh my god, this is the best thing ever!" Then literally 5 minutes later, he's just like, "No, wait, never mind. It stinks. I hate it."
Yeah.
And he was obviously talking about like when he saw all the heroes, he just about
right. Mr. Fantastic being stripped apart by
like spaghetti.
By hose, and he's just complete spaghetti at the end, and his brain explodes.
I have to agree too with Mahler. Mahler said, "What's he gonna do?" Like, he stretches his arm out to her. Like, what's he gonna do? Tickle her? Like, what the fuck, man?
Why would you even think that's a good defense?
Oh wow! Look, the Trigon. Ooh, that looks awesome.
Oh my god! Oh, I had that. I didn't have that. Actually, my school had that. If you can believe that, my school had that in the library.
What? Trigon?
Yeah, the Trigon Empire.
That's a far better story than we've been getting lately in cinemas.
Oh yeah, and on TV.
I couldn't give. I don't give two shits about Marvel anymore.
No, I've long given up already. Yeah, it's just funny. It's just funny to, as Drinker says, to point and laugh at at She-Hulk and all the other, and then like all the videos making fun of them too. It's just at least that makes for good.
I mean, it kind of is. I mean, for me, it kind of is a shame because I used to really like She-Hulk.
Me too, man. Man, I bought the, I bought the, I bought the sensational ones, and like, with her jumping ropes and looks like jumping rope and looks like she's, naked, or other gags like that. That was
Yeah,
that was really good humor. But then like, um, I don't know what they how they consider this humor, and like the writers admitted that they don't know anything about comedy
what's
or
yeah, what's so funny about She-Hulk just being bitchy and whiny all the time?
yeah.
Well, there is a reason there's not a Mrs. ccdv. I I chose not to be married anymore. I chose not to take on another woman in my life. So, as far as I'm concerned,
Getting married,
these.
being married's great, but it kind of gets in the way of being with other women. You know what I mean?
Fair
I'm
enough.
51. I'm 51 years old, and I spend all my money on me.
Right, fair enough.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's the right thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Mind you, I'm noticing that I don't think anybody watches this guy, but goes by the name of Better Bachelor, and he kind of does sort of rants, I guess you should say, on just like, well, rants, commentaries on just dating and things today, and he makes a lot of really good points, stuff like women are realizing that men don't don't want to be married anymore. They don't they don't really want to be dating. I mean, well, they'd rather be dating, and
You
that's
know
it.
what? To be to be perfectly honest with you, there are
Yeah,
reasons for men like us, like me, men like me, who do not want to be married.
Yeah.
Um, I I have two children that are naturally born. I adopted two children, and I love them all equally, all four of them.
that's good.
Yeah.
The wife, on the other hand,
Oh, right on. Do the evolution.
uh, I don't understand her motivations. To this day, I don't understand her motivations. Because I was active duty military U.S. Army for 18 years, and for 15 of those years, we were together. And she she spent everything that I made, everything.
Ah,
And when I divorced, when I separated myself from her, I started making money, and
that. Yeah.
I was paying child support. I was paying alimony. I was paying all that stuff. And I started making money for myself. And I did not understand. I literally did not understand because I was only 22 when I got married.
Right.
Right. And so at 38 years old, I started making money for myself while still paying child support, while still paying alimony. And I started making money for myself. I was like, how the hell did we go through 15 years of marriage and you spent everything, every dime I earned?
Yeah.
She spent it all, and she has nothing. I have everything after the divorce. How does that happen?
Well, see, again, like that's what Better Bachelor said in another of his episodes. He said that men are realizing that marriage is a con. You know, you lose every way possible. When you're married, you're losing money. When you're divorced, you're losing money. You're paying alimony. So, what's the appeal?
You know, I have to say, I wish I knew that at 22.
Uh,
You know, it wouldn't be so bad if she was cleaning the house and doing the dishes and doing the laundry, right? I'd be like, okay, that's the price of marriage. I got it. Okay, no problem. But she didn't do any of that shit. I mean,
Yeah.
I could tell you a typical day when I was at Fort Irwin and we were living in Victorville, and I was not allowed to drive my truck to the base every day because we didn't have enough money to pay for gas. Okay, fine. So I took the bus. And so I'd get up at 4:00 in the morning and I'd pack my bag and I'd get on the bus and I would get on the bus and I would go to Fort Irwin, and it was like an hour and a half drive. It was like, oh God. Okay, fine. Finally got there, half hour to, well, I was already wearing my physical training uniform. So half hour to prepare for physical training in the morning. And I'd walk around the track or do push-ups, sit-ups, whatever. And then I'd go to the gym, and I would literally have to walk to the gym and get in the shower and take a shower and get ready to go to work. And I'd put my uniform on and I'd walk to work. And then I would work for 10 hours a day, 8 hours a day, or 8 or 10 hours a day. And, it was just stressful as shit. But then I would get back on the bus at about 4:30. And so I'd get home or get back to Victorville about 6:00. I'd get in my truck and go home. At 6:30, I'm at home. Dinner has not been served.
Wow.
The dishes from yesterday are still dirty. The laundry from 3 days ago is still in the fucking laundry binge.
Hey, Captain, what you up to?
And so I'm
poking my fire.
I have to make dinner, and I have to get the kids in their pajamas, and I have to read them their fucking bedtime stories, and I have to put them in bed, and then I have to go in the kitchen, clean the fucking kitchen in order so that I know tomorrow I can do. Jesus Christ, I was working 20 hours a day to be married. Fuck you. I don't need your shit. Get the fuck out of my life. I'm done. And she was pissed at me for leaving her.
Well, you took away her easy life.
God damn. I did everything to make her happy, and she... I'm sorry, Dalek. I didn't mean to do that.
Story of the married man.
I'm not married anymore. I'm still just bitter. That's all.
Okay.
You can talk about on my channel. You can talk about what's the word for it? Domestic stuff, I guess. But as long as you don't mention,
As long as you don't talk about fucking Blade Runner.
don't mention, I was going to say don't talk about politics.
Politics or Blade Runner.
Probably both.
Got a big sign up. No discussing whether Deckard's a replicant.
Which
Sober.
most of the
Shut the fuck up
which-
about
that's
Deckard,
kind of
everyone.
bit-
No one cares. It's been 40 years. Oh, I think he's a replicant. Oh, I think he's a human. Well, according to the director, shut the fuck up. It's been 40 years. The conversation is over. If you don't know by now, you won't know. Dalek doesn't want to hear it. Doomcock doesn't want to hear it. Burnett hasn't got a clue. He's not going to get a clue. The conversation is over. Oh, I think Deckard is. I think Deckard is.
all right,
Shut the fuck
Captain.
up.
All right, Captain. That's enough.
Oh, well, I think Deckard's a. Ow, Captain, what do you hit me for?
That's 2 slices of white bread with tang between them.
What?
2 slices of white tang bread, and I think Deckard's a human. Get out! Get the fuck out of here, Burnett! Get the fuck out of my kitchen!
Oh my god!
I made that tonight. I don't care, Burnett. Get out!
That's fantastic.
Okay.
I think Deckard's a human. Rob, get the fuck. Doomcock's coming, Rob. Get the fuck. Oh, get the fuck out of here
All right.
now.
Okay, that's enough.
Stop having fun, everyone. Back to the family depression. So anyway, I slapped her around a bit. I said, bitch, get me my dinner. Next week on As versus Bacon.
Well, thanks
And
for
she said there's 2 Marty McFlys. I said, bitch!
I'm telling you, there's 7 Marty McFries.
There's fucking. You hold him down. I'll run him over,
7.
darling. There's fucking 3. Most people think there's 1, so at least you. But don't. Look, is your middle name Time Lord? Is your middle? No. Is there a sign outside saying dead Marty storage? No. You know why? Because that ain't there.
Why do you keep insisting this? This is only 3.
That's rather.
Because I'm right, Janice. Because there are 3. Hey, Dalek, how many Martys are there?
You know, Marty McFly put Huey Lewis out of business, right?
Well, you remember.
Yeah, right, exactly.
What?
Which one,
Yeah,
though? A or B?
He had to give up his music, and then he had to become a school teacher, music teacher.
Think, McFarlane, think. You
Let's-
fucking sandwich.
Hey, that's copyrighted, mate.
No, it isn't. Get used to it, baby.
I
I'm
don't
making
believe
you a
you're.
favour.
I don't believe you're
that's
allowed
my
to call me a
line.
sandwich.
You should be happy. Well, then get to it quicker.
I came up with that. That's my
Oh,
line.
show me the evidence. I think you'll find that I came up with it first. Anyway, this is what, as Jill told me, so I don't own the word verisimilitude, neither does Burnett. You've got to get it out there, Dalek. It's a meme. You've got to make a meme. You've got to drop it in on every single live stream. Think, McFarlane, think. And then sometimes you vary it up. You go, think, Rod Thunderheart, think.
Let me
Like an
show you.
empire. Which
Let
one
me
did you
show you.
invade?
Let me show you how it's done. Think, McFarlane, think.
Oh, there you go, the master.
There are trees out there missing their leaves.
Well, this is a good way to get up to the second hour of this stream.
No. You don't got me talking politics.
Yeah.
Oh, Major did more than just bust out. You done burned up some of your own boys now, didn't you, Major?
The guy on the left was on the right. The guy in the middle was on the left. And the guy in the center said, I'm going to burn my driver's license.
He doesn't even have a license, Lisa.
Oh, I love Johnny Cash. He was so smart.
Better put this in.
Yeah, talk about politics. Go ahead. I'll
No.
stay silent unless I
Don't
feel
vote.
like interjecting.
I was gonna say, Les, you got dead air. Dead hair.
Dead
There it is.
hair.
It's a quote
there-
from WKRP. You know, there was a
Oh,
little
Oh yeah, WKRP in Cincinnati. Yes.
Cincinnati.
yeah, that was when Johnny was, he was doing something, and then like Les was sitting there, and then like the commercial ran out, and then Les, you got dead hair, and he rubs his head.
Dead hair.
Yes, do the evolution.
Then
That's right. Make like a tree and get out of here.
Get out of here. I cannot believe it took you that long to figure out that what I was trying to say.
Oh, I figured that out right off the bat. I mean, recognize Biff's voice.
7 Marty McFly. Get the fuck out of here, man.
7 Marty
There were
McFlys?
7.
There are not 7. There's 3.
Seriously,
Can prove
on
it.
Is
your
it like-
own.
There's
Come
three.
on.
There's three. There's 3, at least,
There's
maybe
3.
4.
Maybe 4.
Your
We figured it
own
out.
opinion is that
No,
every
it's not an
time he
opinion.
tried.
No, sir. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. We're going public with this. The last word on time travel. Dalek's right. We've gone over it again and again and again and again. Our numbers
We
check out.
have.
It's airtight,
Yes,
bro.
we have.
Yep.
We have.
Yep. It's not opinions. Not subjective. There's no
Both on-
McFarlane time
both on
travel. There's no.
And the Captain's channel, we've been over this.
Okay.
We've been going on that for months.
He time
ccdv.
traveled.
They just
He
swan
time
in.
traveled the first time.
Here we fucking go. I don't want
Back
to
to
whatever it is. It's
55.
right. Here we go. Go on. Hang on. I've got the kettle on. I want to put my feet up, get some popcorn, get a little neck massage going on. This is good.
Yeah, go ahead.
Every time he fucking
go
farts,
ahead.
there's a new
Go ahead.
timeline. Oh look, Marty blinked. There's a new timeline. Oh look, he ejaculated. There's another
He time
Get the
traveled
fuck outta
to
here.
1955.
Yeah, I know he fucking
That
time
was
traveled.
number
It's called
1.
Back to the Future. Not play with your nerds.
Nobody disagrees that was number 1.
Exactly. I'm looking forward
No.
to. Let me get my tea on, will you? This is gonna be too good. I mean, look, you want to talk to Jens? He reckons there's 10.
Because his future was different in 85. His future was different. So nobody
Yeah, there's 2
disputes
timelines.
number 1. So he goes into the future
No, it doesn't.
from 85.
Well, look, we're only talking about the first movie. Okay, let's just be very clear about the first movie only.
Oh, just the first movie only? It's just 3.
Yeah.
There's only one movie, bro. There's only one movie.
Oh, for
Circle of
God's sake.
Conversation.
Really? Okay, so if it's just one movie, it's just 3 Martys.
Thank you.
Yes.
Someone gets it.
Are you sure 3 Martys? Because I think the
Yes,
one
it's
Marty,
great. Rod,
Yes,
just-
it
Baggers
is.
one
just
Marty
says-
that would have to come back
Baggers just
would
says,
wind up murdering the other Marty.
No,
Here we
it's
fucking
just
go.
the moron Morty who turns all the amplifiers up to 11 and blows himself out of the
Yeah,
garage. Right, that's the moron Marty. And then you've got the Marty who actually travels back in time with the doc, or not with the doc, but he
right.
he contacts the doc. Okay, and that's
Yeah.
the second Marty. The third Marty is the guy who shows up in his own bedroom. His own bedroom. His parents still own the same fucking house. Are you fucking kidding me? Fine. Okay, he shows up in his own bedroom and nobody comments on his decor, his
What he's wearing,
costume,
yeah.
his whatever he chooses to dress in, and he wakes up in his own bed in his own house in the same fucking house that he fucking grew up in, but they're successful now. That's the third
No,
party.
no. They're not successful now. He's in a different timeline. These are completely different people in this. He's in a stranger's house. They're not his parents. They're different people.
Okay,
He's in a different timeline.
Okay, he does kind of make a point. Well, like if they're successful now, if they're successful,
No, they're not successful now.
Why did they move into the same house? Just have it
Yeah,
done up
exactly.
done up all night.
Exactly. That's true.
Yeah.
But that's where he wakes up after the events.
How come his parents didn't get suspicious over the fact that
the doc drops him off back at his house, and then he goes.
Yeah.
Just go.
Yeah.
And
How
then
come
the
his
very
parents-
next day,
Yeah.
the very next day, the second part starts, and they even swapped women.
Yeah. It's funny that his dad didn't get suspicious with the fact that his mother, their second child, suddenly reappears, and he looks like a teenager that was a random teenager that appeared way back in when they were in high school.
Now, I have to
Exactly.
be honest with you. I dated a lot of women in high school, and my friend who is currently renting a room upstairs, she does not look like what she looked like in high school.
Yep, exactly.
So,
Yeah, exactly. But that's the point. But Marty will look exactly like he did back in 50.
Marty would, yes.
Yeah, that's
exactly,
that's the
he
funny
would.
thing. Wouldn't his dad get suspicious? Like, hey, did you sleep with?
Exactly.
You know, I mean,
Exactly. Our son looks just like Kelvin.
yeah,
There is I think it was in Family Guy. I think there is a skit I saw in Family
I'm
Guy.
sure.
At least I think, or one of Seth MacFarlane's shows with where they actually did that with George confronting Lorraine over the fact that Marty looks just looks exactly like the guy they knew back when they were kids.
There's got to be an ism out there somewhere.
that's got to be, yeah.
There's got to be a meme or an ism or something
Yeah.
out there somewhere.
Anybody catch Dave Cullen's newest video?
I don't even know who Dave Collins is.
No idea who that is.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. He's from Ireland. He's and he has these cartoon characters of himself that he's a good friend of the Critical Drinker.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he puts up these videos. I'll have to share at least one with you, and then you can go from there. But yeah, no, he has some pretty. They wind up being social commentaries.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I have noticed that Critical Drinker has been doing a lot more live streams rather than videos.
That does seem to be a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and well, I can't say unfortunately because they're still entertaining.
I wouldn't say,
yeah.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say it's not really a problem that he's live streaming more. At least I don't think so.
No,
I just liked it when he was putting out a video every week, and it was fun to watch. And now he's putting out.
Yeah. I mean, he live streams every a bit more, and it's like a couple of like at least a couple of weeks now between when he posts an actual video.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
something.
right.
Which you know, again, if you're making money off of YouTube,
which I mean, the guy now has over 1 million subs. He must obviously he is.
Right,
Yeah,
but
well, I was
again,
just thinking about $1 from each of them. Jesus, you know.
Yeah, but you got to go back to the YouTube algorithm, right? And so this is what the algorithm says you need to do. He's I'm sure he's got people who are telling him you need to do this and that and the other thing, and he chooses what he wants to do.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that he's still doing like individual videos.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he is.
He's doing a lot more live stream now, and he's actually getting a lot more.
Which is kind of funny because not that long, a few months ago, he actually did a video literally talking about how to be a YouTuber, and one of the things he basically says is don't fall into the trap of live streaming too much.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, look what
my channel is basically based on live streaming.
Look at me. Look at the captain. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much all we do is live stream.
Well,
but it's all right because he has a team that actually goes back and edits the videos, and he does commentary on his own live streams, right? So you get a 30-minute video, but it was a live stream at one point.
Yeah, he cuts a hunk of the live stream out.
Yeah, exactly. And so you get the 30-minute video, and so that works for him.
Yeah. I like that 3 hours. Yeah. He did a 3-hour stream on Prey too, and that was so cool to listen to because like my brother and my brother and his friends they loved Prey. Well, like like me, they're native. But and they loved Prey, but I'm just like, I mean, like at first I thought, yeah. Then I'm like, Mr. H is just kind of like, oh, it's not woke, it's good, it's really good. And then I'm just kind of like, and I just still kind of sort of.
If you don't mind me interrupting you, Rod Thunderheart, do the Evolution 78. He has 8 books out.
Oh wow.
Will Jordan is an incredible author.
Oh yeah, no, he's good. Yeah, like I know, I've
fantastic.
I've got 2 of them coming.
Yeah, I've got 4 of his books on Audible. I can't wait till the rest of them come out on Audible. He's an incredible author. And he's a fantastic critical reviewer, and so the Critical Drinker is fantastic nomenclature for him.
Oh, totally.
So I have no problem whatsoever. It's just that he's been doing a lot more live streams than videos lately.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You're just pointing that out. I mean, again, like I said,
yeah, no, I get it too.
I don't think it's a problem that he's doing more live streams.
I don't think it's a problem either. And I recently reached 300 subs 2 days ago, and I really don't put out that much content. I mean, I do cooking streams, I do
Yeah.
Bible readings and things like that. And so I've reached 200 subscribers on my channel, and I go, wow, that's fantastic. I got 300 subscribers. It's amazing.
Nice. Yeah, congrats.
So I think it's fantastic. And then of course you've got the critical drinker who's got 1 million, or well, no, what, 500,000.
I think he's like 500,000.
Yeah, 500,000, and you've got
But drinker.
well, again, it's all content. It's
He's got. Actually, he's got. Yes, you're a bit off. He's got no. He has got over 1 million subs.
he does.
Yeah,
Oh.
over.
Wow, I did not know that. Okay.
In fact, he hit 1 million just not that long ago.
Overlord DVD is the one who reached 500,000.
No, he's not.
I think he's just below 300.
Doomcock has like two. I think he has like 260 something thousand.
Okay.
It doesn't
Well-
know whether Deckard's a replicant, though.
Again, it at
That's
this
the real
at this
question.
point, it
You know,
really does
Doomcock, you're
not
doing
matter
well, but
that
can you
much.
please-
Yeah.
Doomcock, can you please answer the replicant question? Because the people want to know.
Okay, I just took a. Okay, I just checked his. He has 280. It says 281K.
Oh,
Yeah, but what's his
281,
position on the
okay.
Deckard question? That's what I want to know.
I mean, I
He
think.
did a video on that.
I was.
He did, didn't he?
You
What's
know,
his position?
the only reason I checked my subs.
Hang on, what's his video? What is Doomcock's position on the Deckard question?
He thinks that Deckard isn't the replicant.
No,
is
no,
not
no,
a
no. He
replicant.
think. No, he think.
You
No,
think
he think.
Doomcock
no,
says that Deckard's a human. What?
Yeah.
No. Doomcock thinks he's a replicant, and
Yeah, that's
and
right, that's right.
and absolutely says that's it. No,
Yeah.
I give up.
no.
No, you've been pushing for that, haven't you, there, Cockney?
Pushing for what?
The Doomcock answer to the replicant.
I want to get him. Well, Robert Meyer Burnett says that Deckard's a human, so I want to get these geniuses in the same room because they're both talking
that'd be
into
cool.
an echo chamber.
Yeah.
That would be cool, actually.
Because that's what I want to see. It's all very well, you know, you're saying you know the answer, but if you haven't convinced anyone else, who cares?
Yeah. Well, ask. Worst they can do is say no.
Oh, I have, but it's not up to me. I'm not their managers. I'm just saying that no one on YouTube can claim to have answered the Deckard question if you haven't convinced anyone else. Doomcock says he's a replicant. Robert Meyer Burnett says he's a human. Gary Nodrotic says you shouldn't answer the question. And the critical drinker says there is no answer. So you got two answers and 4 YouTubers that disagree with each other. It's pathetic.
I'm kind of with the drinker on that. I don't, there isn't.
Yeah, but the point is,
definitive
you'll
answer.
disagree with each other. Well, there you go then. So
No, that's
get
actually
all
good.
together.
good
on a
answer.
mega. They're all talking into an echo chamber. They haven't even convinced their own subscribers. Just saying.
No, that's right. I don't think
They
there
all
should
disagree
be.
with each other, but they won't have it out.
Yeah.
One of the things means if it wasn't, I will say this: if it wasn't for when I first discovered, like, you know, who was the first? All these big YouTubers. Who was it? Who did I discover first? Was it Doomcock or was it Nerdrotic?
I started
Probably
with
both.
Nerdrotic and moved on to Doomcock. So
I probably discovered Nerdrotic, and then eventually, and from him I discovered Doomcock, and then I moved away from Gary and went on to fully supporting Doomcock.
Same here.
And then it was through Doomcock that I met, well, all the people on YouTube I know now. I met the Captain, I met Anti-Rid Jill, I met lots of people.
Yeah.
right, and we still go on with Doomcock on his member channels. So
Yeah.
you and I, Dalek, we know each other through Doomcock, and so
We probably do, yeah.
yeah, I've met people through Gary. Sorry, Nerdrotic. He used to own a comic book shop.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. Yes.
And now I've got September 11th. I've got Loki and Iron Mike or Mexican Iron Man coming on my show on September 11th. So it's like, yeah, I meet these people, and it's because of YouTube I meet these people. So it's fantastic. I love it.
Mike was the first notable YouTuber who actually not only read but finished my book.
Oh, right on. Right on.
Yeah. But and then that inspired a bunch of others to do it. And then like Stone Loki now he's busy reading it. Sean Carter, just a I don't know if he's a YouTuber. He's just a regular on Doomcock.
Well,
And
I've
he,
actually managed to get a lot of people to buy my book, but I'm not sure that they've read it.
I know. I mean, I'll be honest. As an author, it's you hate to pester them, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, come on, man.
It's like, yeah, it's seriously.
If you
wrote a
I'd
book
read
for
yours.
God's sake. You put 40,000 words on a page and see what that feels like. Seriously.
Yeah, or like, and then it's just kind of like, well, shit, man. If you wrote a book, I'd read your book. Like,
I've purchased a lot of books. I've actually got one on my bookshelf. I've got two on my bookshelf. You guys know who Kai MFS is?
Yeah, I like Kai. I was listening to him earlier today.
I think I've seen him
awesome, right? And
yeah,
and he wrote Domino, and Domino is a great book.
Oh,
it
wow.
really is. And so I've got Domino. I've got I can't see it from here. I gotta put my glasses on. Oh, I'm nearsighted. One man show by yeah, the colors change. So yeah, one man show, but that's on Amazon. I bought it. I read Domino, and of course I've read everything by Will Jordan, right? So
that's the drinker's real name, isn't it? Will Jordan.
Yep.
How dare you say the drinker's real name on live stream? He has.
He's not
the original.
He's not hiding it, is he? So why?
No, he's not hiding it. He's not hiding it. No. He had the 1980s Flash Gordon on his show, and I can't remember his name. I can't. I'm sorry. He's a great character actor. But he was on Will Jordan's show, or the Critical Drinker show. And he kept calling him Will.
What?
I was like, okay. I mean, he's not afraid to tell people what his name is. He's Will Jordan, of course, but
that's
to everybody else, he's the Critical Drinker.
Well, yeah.
I'll be right back. I don't have an iron bladder like Doomcock. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
We'll come back. We'll come back soon, CCDV, because this stream's been going for 2 hours 20 minutes. I'll probably be ending it in 40 minutes.
I'll be right back then. I'm going to go grab another beer. Right back.
Right, so it's just, and then there were two, Captain?
Mm-hmm.
So if I end this stream at 3 hours like I normally do, what are you gonna do?
I think I'm gonna do another stream if there's no one else streaming.
Well, at this time, I doubt that anyone we know is streaming right now.
Yeah, what time is it? It's just gone 10:30 here, 8:30 Australia, 6:30 in Beijing. Ni hao. Also, 11:30 in the morning. It's the middle of the day in the UK. Everyone should be around.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's middle of the day here.
6:30 in the morning, New York. So people, maybe I'll give it another hour or two and then do a broadcast later. But really, it's about the comic book, basically. But my artist is in California, so he'll probably be asleep. It's 3:30 over there in the morning. Maybe a bit later. Maybe I'll do a bit of Tarantino.
I mean, like I said earlier on, Moises, he's gone to bed, so that's why he couldn't join us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really all about the people, the guests, the combo.
Mm. I'm actually thinking once I wrap this stream up, I might go out for might go out for a couple of hours.
So
Nice.
Here I am, sitting in my office chair at 4:30 in the morning, and
Yes.
3:30 in the morning, and I'm thinking to myself, I say, if I just lay down and go to bed, maybe I'll get 2-3 hours of sleep.
Yeah, good luck, soldier.
I like to put my TV on 30-minute timer and then just put on a Mahler video. Usually the Star Wars one.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, the 2-3 hour ones.
That's a good way to do that. I found that's a good way to do it. Just find your favorite YouTuber and then put a video or a live stream of theirs on and just fall asleep. Fall asleep to it.
I actually enjoy falling asleep to EFAP. I do.
Yeah, me too. Well, they're so long. I mean, like,
That's funny. I like fapping off to e-sleep.
Well, then it's funny too. It's funny too because then sometimes you randomly remember something that you heard when you're kind of half asleep, and you're like, "Oh my god, that was funny," you know.
Sorry, Dalek. I need to answer to the Evolution 78.
Yeah, I saw that.
Sorry about that. That is myself actually speaking 3 different voices during the chicken piccata video, or
Right. I see.
or it's myself speaking 3 different voices during the shrimp scampi video. So I'm not sure which one you're talking about. The shrimp scampi video, I actually got a friend of mine to do animations. So I've got Buttery and Penny. So I'm not sure if you're literally talking about the chicken piccata. It's my son, who was 16 at the time, and he did a pink bunny suit for several of my early videos, and I don't think they're on my website anymore. I think they time out. Did they time out or not?
Isn't that wait? Doesn't Deej Odyssey have a pink bunny suit?
Yes, and I did not know that at the time. I was creating my YouTube channel, and so I did not know that Deej was a pink bunny. I really didn't. My son had a pink bunny suit, and so I had him do one of the voices in my videos. I did not know that Deej was doing Pink Bunny at the time. I really didn't.
Man, I am way behind with the chat here.
Well, thank you, Andre. I'll have the veal piccata.
You can have the veal piccata. I will actually slaughter the veal for you and make the piccata out of it.
Cool. That's a direct quote from Hot Shots. I don't know if you remember that movie.
Hot Shots with Panther or
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, Tiger Blood, right? Charlie Sheen. Yeah,
and that was John Cryer. John Cryer. He was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the walleye was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he landed his parachute. Yeah, his parachute caught the ambulance, and then the ambulance dragged him all the way to the hospital. And then they stopped quickly, and then he slammed into the ambulance, and like, wash out, you made it. Well, thank you, Andre. I'll have the veal piccata. And then that's his own.
And he didn't sign his life insurance before the flight. He was like, "Oh, we're good."
They don't make movies like that anymore.
No, they don't.
I wonder if my I wonder if my brothers watched any of this, because whenever I go live, he usually tunes in at some point.
Mm.
Well, that would be cool.
Oh, right on.
You're way over
Either
in the UK, yeah?
I mean, either as soon as I end this, he'll come barging in here to say whatever he wants to ask me about, to talk to me about this, or I'll have to go and ask him.
He'll tell you Mr. CCDV is an asshole. Don't ever allow Mr. CCDV on your channel again.
Don't put that past my brother, please.
I was just curious, and I always make sure to not like his streams or videos, but Nerdronic, I noticed he was on in the middle of the fucking night, just before I came on here, and I was again, yes.
Oh
and
no, he was doing one of his live streams.
Well, I wouldn't.
And Jesus, fuck! Even he was saying too, like he was just kind of like 8,000 people watching. What are you guys doing? You guys have no life. As much as
Eight- 8,000?
no
Yeah.
shit, and his stream was
He's-
like a goddamn river. It was just like
Oh,
swoosh.
you cannot make a comment. You can't even make what?
How does that guy get so many views? I don't understand.
I don't either. I don't get it. I'm like,
I don't
but-
either. I mean, I was with him before he had a producer, and
Doomcock should be
I was
killing
like,
him, but
wow.
Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
Doomcock
Just wow.
barely can only just smidge 1,000 at best.
Doomcock
That is
doesn't.
so unfair.
Doomcock
noticed-
doesn't even have a producer or a video editor or anything like that. He does all of it himself.
He does everything. Yeah, that's the thing. He does everything on his own, and his production values are through the roof.
he does pretty good on Sunday nights, though. I've noticed.
Oh yeah, Friday
Like-
nights and Sunday nights. Those are his.
Oh yeah. No, I know, but I mean, like, his Friday night ones are okay, but I mean, like, and this is no criticism on him at all. Fuck, personally I prefer Friday Night Frolics to Sunday night streams, but his Sunday night streams actually get like anywhere from 25 to 3,000.
Oh, his Friday night or his Sunday night streams are because he does the pop culture review, so he has guests on. His Friday night streams is Friday Night Frolics. It's
I love.
now I love Frolics, I do, and so that's why I love watching.
Totally.
Doomcock
Friday Night
every
Frolics
Friday
is
night. I love it.
Friday Night Frolics is the highlight of my week.
It's
Same
here.
exactly.
Totally.
But he
Yeah.
doesn't have guests on, and he doesn't, or he rarely has guests on Friday
Yeah,
nights.
that's
He's doing his 4 different voices, and he sings songs, and he does the same thing every Friday.
Pretty much,
So-
yeah.
Yes, I love showing up to Friday Night Frolics and going, "Oh, that's fun," and then but Sunday nights, when he's doing his pop culture review, he's got 3 or 4 panelists. And those
that's right.
3 or
At least.
4
Yeah, I
panelists.
think he has at least. Yeah, he usually has at least 4 guests on it.
Yeah, 4
and
to
they're
6.
bringing their panelists or their guests to his show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it. That's right. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
No, it's a good show. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Obviously,
that's
it's
not at all. I
working.
agree.
Yeah, but he is having panelists who are bringing people to his show.
Their own
Well,
subscribers.
true, I guess.
That makes sense. Okay.
And that's I believe that's why Friday Night Tights has gotten so huge.
Yeah.
Because Gary has panelists who are bringing their own subscribers over to Gary's channel.
I find that kind of, I mean, because like I've noticed that quite often. I mean, like you mentioned earlier, like his Friday Night Tights winds up becoming just like an echo chamber of hate. Really, I mean, look, I get it.
I can't.
I mean,
I fucking hate Friday Night Tights. It's absolutely awful.
I can't stand that RKO Ryan Cannell. I mean, because the very same guy who insulted Doomcock, and not just because of just his content, but also the fact that I noticed I mean, like he can't be more than like 30, and yet he's a war veteran, and well, obviously he's a veteran of probably Afghanistan or something, and I'm just like, I don't know, like there's just something about him that really rubs me the wrong way.
Oh, have you met me?
It's just
I've met you probably at least a half dozen times here.
I guess that kind of explains why they get almost close to 10,000 viewers on Friday night when it's got loads of people from loads of channels.
It does very much annoy me
getting 8,000 when he's streaming by himself. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
It does annoy me that veterans do not get well, how should I say this? I'm not playing off of the people I'm subscribed
I get what
to.
you're saying.
Okay. I think veterans should get their own channel, and they should not have to play.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm happy that I'm growing very, very slowly, but I'm also happy that I'm growing very, very slowly. That for the reasons I'm growing very slowly.
Well, you get the people who like you. You know, you don't just get like people who are piling on. Which I mean, that's
you
how,
have to admit
that
that is a lot of the. That is a lot of the thing is it's like, oh, you had one funny video, I'm gonna subscribe to you.
Yeah.
And then you never see them again.
Yeah.
Right. My 300 subscribers all know who I am.
Yeah.
And so it's just I don't want to grow my channel based on
piler honors,
and I don't have stolen honors at all.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people out there who do have they use their, like, I was in special forces for 6 months. No, you weren't. You were attached to special forces. Just admit what you did. I was a quartermaster for 20 years. I was a quartermaster. That means I did not shoot my rifle at a bad guy ever in my entire career.
Yeah.
And I admit to that. Admit to what you did. You do not steal honor from those who actually did what they did.
Yeah, see, that's the impression I get from RKO. You know, he just like, well, I'm a veteran, so you should listen to what I have to say. You know, or that kind of attitude is just basically.
Fine. I went on 4 deployments. How many did you go on?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that doesn't sound like something you'd want to. What you did in your army or war service or whatever. That doesn't sound like something you'd want to brag about.
Yeah. The nice thing about being
not him,
quartermaster. The nice thing about being a quartermaster is that you can actually brag about what you did.
I think that's worth bragging about, actually.
As a quartermaster, I mean, literally, in 1998, when I was in Bosnia. And 1998, how many of you were born in 1998?
Oh, I was
specifically that year.
Well, I was only a little kid back in 1998. I was like 7 years old.
I was 27, actually.
That was my first deployment in Bosnia, and it was, it was. That was the very first time I ever left the United States. and going to a different country and defending the rights
Yeah.
of Muslim people in Bosnia, defending their right to be in Bosnia.
Yeah, no,
Because
congrats.
and then I came home, and I was doing just fine. I left the army. I was in the 1st Cav Division band for 2 years. Right, I played bass and sang bass and sang. I literally sang in front of 10,000 people. That was my very first time I ever sang in front of people. I sang in front of 10,000 people at 4th of July Freedom Fest in 2000, and so I was like, yeah, I've done everything on my bucket list. I've done everything. And so I left the military and I went and worked at LAX.
Oh wow.
And I was working at LAX when September 11th happened.
Oh wow.
And so I chose to go back into the army. And so that's why I have three Iraq deployments under my belt. But I was a quartermaster the entire time.
Oh, nice.
Right? So providing fuel, receiving fuel, and distributing fuel all throughout Iraq. That was my job. That's what I did. I did not shoot my rifle.
Yeah.
Ever in 20 years of service, I never shot my rifle. Never at a bad guy. I shot my rifle at targets. And so it drives me absolutely up a wall when people say, oh, I did this and I did that and I did the other thing and I shot tons of people while I was doing this and that and the other thing. I go,
Well,
really?
Jesus. I mean, like, Canal looks like he's like, I don't know, 25, maybe 30. Yeah, I mean, okay, at least he's got that. Goatee going for him. But
and you're proud of that.
Well, not just that. I mean, like he hides behind it like a shield. Like I'm a veteran. So yeah, so you should believe me. And like he acts like it's a it can deflect whatever anything that. So basically, he thinks it gives him
I suffer through post-traumatic PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome. I suffer through it. I hate the 4th of July. Those fireworks just make me so. I like curl up in a ball in my bed and just hope that it all goes away eventually.
And this stream, and once again, this stream is all depressed again.
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay, well, we'll move on to brighter topics.
We will, yeah, absolutely. I'm not one of those guys that I need the
I'm wrapping
attention.
this up.
So
just so you know, I'm going. As is now the rule of this channel, I'm wrapping this. I'm gonna wrap this up at 3 hours.
Sure.
Holy
crap! By the way,
it has been almost 3 hours. Holy cow!
Wow. Holy shit! Yeah.
Yeah, we're not that far off from 3 hours.
Right on. Right on.
Looks like let's do the Evolution 78 has a question for you, CCDV.
Can you ask Mr. CCDV as a quartermaster in the procure role if he delivered fuel payloads to Abraham's tanks. Oh.
You mean Abrams? Abraham? It's Abrams, not Abraham.
Is it Abrams?
Yeah, it's
Abrams.
Abrams
What the
tanks.
fuck is an Abraham tank?
Well, it was probably autocorrect.
That's fine.
Now that's the thing, and it's so auto right. So basically, we've got now computers that take correct spellings and incorrect them. Should be called auto incorrect, shouldn't it?
It should
Yeah.
be auto incorrect. Yes.
Pretty much.
My first duty assignment was at 3rd Infantry Division. 1-8 Cav was Fort Hood. 13th Infantry Division. Third Infantry Division. Audie Murphy was our. Do you guys know who Audie Murphy is?
Yeah, wasn't he a Marine that held off hundreds of enemies or something?
He was the Army.
Enemies. He was on his own, and then he became
Army.
Army. Sorry, wrong service. Do apologise. Conflating. I use Army and Marine synonymously. Get the fuck out of here, Captain.
Anyway, my first duty assignment was 3rd Infantry Division, or 315 Infantry Division at Fort Stewart, and so I'm intimately knowledgeable about Audie Murphy,
who apparently wasn't a Marine.
He was Army. Damn you,
Army. 101st. Which division?
15th Infantry Regiment.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look it up now.
3rd Infantry.
I've got to do my homework now.
Division. Damn you.
Damn you, Captain. Damn you to hell.
Anyway, that's where I learned how
let the
to
man
shoot.
speak, darling, will ya?
Well, I was, I was quartermaster. I was a quartermaster. I
Then I became a half master. Then I became a whole master.
Now, in 3rd Infantry Division, in 315, it was Bradleys. They were the individual infantry vehicles. And so they would carry a squad of infantry people. And that was the Bradleys. Okay. And then I went to West Point Preparatory School in order to become a officer, and I chose to stay enlisted. That's a totally different story. I went to 1-8 Armor Division in 1st Cavalry Division. 1-8. So it was the 8th Regiment, 1st Battalion, and I went to Bosnia with them in 1998.
Oh, hello. What's
Those are the Abrams tanks that you're thinking of. The Abrams tanks are.
Isn't that 1st Cav?
1st Cavalry Division, yes.
All right, shout out 1st Cav.
And at that time, the tanks were capable of targeting 8 targets at one time. And during the ramp up to Captain TimeLord Spock.
I haven't said anything yet.
I saw it.
So what? What did he do?
There must be a time delay. Must have caught the signal on the 1st Cav.
I don't know what you're talking about. Because U.S. Army 1st Cavalry Division veteran, yes.
Just to be very clear, I'm not. You are. I'm not remotely veteran. I just study these things. Thank you for your service.
Okay, so okay, all right. So I have an actual U.S. Army vet on my channel. I'm honored.
There you go.
Oh, thank you, Dalek. Yes, but there are a lot of veterans out there. I don't know how many of us have YouTube channels, but there are a lot of us out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, honoured to have a few on our channels knocking around. Cam for one. Shout out Cam.
And if you don't mind, Dalek, I'd like to plug a upcoming show on my channel.
Sure, go ahead.
September 11th. I know it's
Would you want to go center stage for this, or do you want to just?
I don't need to go center stage ever, unless I'm singing, in which case I want to go center stage. But I'm not singing right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you are going to sing, let us
in
know.
case you do,
Darling's going to dish out the earplugs.
Dish out the earplugs.
Well, just to be on the safe side. Know what I mean? No offense.
Fair enough.
It's a precaution.
In 2001, I was taking care of my grandfather and my father. My father had multiple sclerosis, and so I was having to take care of him. I was having to take care of my grandfather, who was in the beginning stages of dementia. And September 11th happened. My grandfather knocked on my bedroom, and he opened the door and he said, "You need to come out here right now." And I said, "Okay." And I came out there, and I sat in front of the television for 2 days, making up my mind whether I wanted to go back into the Army or not. And I chose to go back into the Army. And so in 2003, when we invaded Iraq, I was on the front line. I was there.
Wow.
And 2005 is most of my fun stories. And 2011 is most of my sad stories. And so I generally choose not to do that. However, this coming September 11th, it's 22 years after the event, and I've got Mexican Iron Man, Stone Loki. Stone Loki was young at the time, and so he's going to tell his story about how he joined the Air Force after he became of age. Mexican Iron Man was on Ground Zero at the time. He was lucky enough not to have been in towers.
Wow.
And my sister was in the Air Force.
Oh, wow.
Stationed out of Maryland. And she was deployed the very next day to go to the Pentagon. And she was at the Pentagon to clean up. And so my sister and Mexican Iron Man and Stone Loki, they are all going to be on my stream on September 11th of this year.
Nice.
And I'm still trying to find a veteran.
You can have Mexican Iron Man on your stream. That's cool. Well, that's great.
Thank you. Yeah. We've been friends for a long time. I mean, my channel is really small, but Mexican Iron Man is a really cool guy.
Oh yeah.
And so is Loki, of course. So we are going to have it's going to be about an hour long where we all tell our stories. And I really hope my sister doesn't break down crying, because I'll start breaking down and crying if she does.
Could go either way emotionally with these things.
But yeah, this September 11th is going to be, and I hope that everybody can tune in. It would be fantastic. Again, it's
Speaking of which, hey, tell you what, CCDV got a question, because maybe this is too soon. It's a comedy question, so you can tell me.
all right. Go ahead.
You know that British comedy 40 Towers?
Yeah.
I was thinking, what if you took that, right, but then moved it to Iraq, to Fallujah, and called it...
Oh my God.
Bear with me, right, and called it Fallujah Towers. Instead of the health inspectors, it's the weapons inspectors. This week, FML 40 has problems as Hans Blix comes in looking for weapons of mass destruction. I know, it's a bit of...
So there was standing around, and this actor feller showed up. Who was that? Sean Penn? It was Sean Penn. Yeah, it was Sean Penn.
Oh, he's that guy that kidnapped.
So there was standing around, and Sean Penn shows up, and I'm like, yeah, no, we don't have any massive destructive weapons around here.
Senior them weapons, exactly. Because you know that classic episode, the Germans. We can have the modern update, the Anglo-Americans. Don't mention the war. You started it. You invaded Baghdad on a false pretext of weapons of mass destruction that didn't exist. Get Tony Blair in there. No, okay, too soon. I'll let you know another 5 years.
You really would have to have someone clever enough to pull off John Cleese.
Exactly, as Akmal 40. That would be the tricky one.
I don't know if there's enough clever actors out there who could do it.
We'll start casting.
Oh, you want? Okay, all right. So you've
okay, that's been up next week
something...
on Fallujah Towers.
Okay, so Rod Thunderheart, there's something you want to plug as well? Well, if there, I mean, sure, yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm going back to the Norwegian baker.
Rod, are you there? Rod,
cooey. Rod, it's the Trigon Empire calling.
Check.
Aye, 5x5.
Microphone check.
I said 5x5. He's good.
Hang on a sec. He's
just choosing what he wants to say.
He's added himself in a second time. What's going on, Rod?
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, he's got a tannoy system going.
Yeah.
Oh, who's the fucking limey?
Oh dear.
Who's that sexy sounding limey?
He gets mother, father, Sunny Beach Icehole.
He gets. Gadzooks, old bean. What?
Well, if you wanted to, if you wanted to,
any limeys around
for
here, have you?
years.
Rod, if you wanted to push something, you better come back quick. I'm
Push
thinking,
my button, Rod. I say CCDV. You haven't seen any limeys around here, have you?
I've been saying ECATs for years. He can't say he haven't heard it.
No, I know, but it's just so no one says he gets like Gadzooks. Oh, bean, what? Billions of blue blistering barnacles.
Motherfucker.
Fight stuff. What?
Seriously.
Oh, you've left me most discombobulated, sir, I must say. Oh, I do find a modicum of snuff most efficacious, don't you, darling?
do you want me to
Especially with
put
that big plunger you got for a hooter.
Yeah.
God, Daleks must be awful on the fucking cocaine. No wonder you
Rod,
never
do you want-
Daleks at Club 54.
I see you've
Look at
sent.
them hoovering
Rod,
that shit
I
up.
see you've sent me something here. Do you want me to put it in the
Yeah.
Yeah,
in the chat?
probably an
for
ounce
you?
of cocaine.
Yeah, that's my book.
Okay, all right. I'll take care of that.
Awesome.
Right
Thanks.
on, right on.
Are Daleks actually a metaphor for the excesses of the cocaine 70s? Well, because they've got a big fucking plunger for a hooter, haven't they?
You know, I have to be honest with you. Even my cousins were the children of the 80s. And, you know, in America, the 80s were the decade of excess.
I knew
Right?
that. Yeah, excess. That's the word. Yes, that's the word.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
We had a band called In Excess. I mean, you can't get much more excess than that. All right.
All right. Okay, Rod. There it is.
right on. Thanks.
That's it. Just, I've got a book. Buy it.
I don't know what else to say.
I
Unless,
missed out
okay.
on. I was born. I missed out on the 80s by just a little, just a smidge. I was.
Sorry. Sorry. I was a
So,
young man.
if you've got your order working, is there anything you wanted to say about this?
If you've got
book
your
of
orgy
yours, Rod?
working.
Orgy.
Me? You mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. No. It's called See Through Love, and believe it or not, and I do mean this, it's actually a romance, martial arts, science fiction, comedy, drama, and spy thriller, all put together.
Sounds great. Wow.
Yeah. The basic premise is there's a Spanish teacher who can become invisible when she's angry.
Oh, cool.
But when she's aroused, it happens like it or not. So you can imagine what kind of social life she's had.
Hang on, so when she's involved. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I've noticed something already. Wait, hang on a minute.
Let me get this straight. When she's angry, she can be. When she's angry, she can make herself invisible. When she's aroused, she becomes invisible anyway.
She has no choice.
In other words, you can't tell if this woman is angry or sexually aroused. Basically, she's a normal woman.
Well, no, because when she's angry, she can blink out, and blink back in anytime.
Yeah, sounds like my ex-wife. Come on, that's a nice one.
But anyway, she winds up having the hots for the new gym teacher, and
who doesn't? Have you seen him? Oh my!
and then she's shocked to discover that not only is he blind, but he can see her when she's invisible.
Wait a minute. This sounds I think I've heard this. This sounds familiar. I think I've heard this somewhere before.
He's blind, but he can see invisible.
What?
Hey, he's
Okay,
blind.
that's
He
it.
can
Breathe,
see.
breathe, breathe, breathe.
I don't want to. He's
Well,
hang
you
on, let me
see,
get this. This guy's blind, but he can see invisible people.
the
God
whole
damn
reason.
it.
Well, if you'll,
I see invisible people, Ma. Who said
Let
that?
the cap.
well, if you'll allow me to,
Let him speak, Captain.
yeah, yes, he practices martial arts. In fact, qigong meditation, and qigong meditation is not unlike. Well, in all honesty, it's very much like if Daredevil fell in love with the Invisible Woman. You know, he can feel people's energy fields. You know, and that's a very basic thing of Qui-Gon martial arts, is that literally everything, even inanimate objects, actually generate an energy simply from their own atoms, and therefore every individual person does put out a powerful aura, and that's how
I've
he
always found,
sees.
I've
Oh,
always
that's
found
different. That's not remotely funny.
now
That
that
makes sense.
side of now that's something I've always
No,
found.
you should have said that the first time.
That's something I've always found fascinating about martial arts. You know, the whole being able to sense
Yeah.
life energy or chi or ki or whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
That's something I've always found that fascinating.
See, well, yeah. See, also, I mean, like this also gives him other powers too, because a lot of times, yeah, he has a force sense, you know, feeling things, you know, and when someone's about to attack you, what happens is their energy produces a powerful powerful surge, and you can and he can feel it. Therefore, he
Right.
basically he has kind of like a spider sense.
Yeah, that's
But
really I
yeah,
see. That's really cool. I like that idea.
I have to
Yeah.
admit, I've always believed in chi. Uh, okay, so my name means conservative Christian, right?
right.
So it's weird for
I thought it was
most
Calvin Coolidge fan club.
you know, Calvin Coolidge was a pretty cool guy.
He was so cool. He had cool in his name. He was the Coolidge.
But I always growing up I believed in the supernatural, and so I
Yeah.
have no problem with chi at all. Not
Yeah.
even a little bit.
Yeah.
The problem that I come up against with chi or the spiritual discernment is, if I stand between two people who are angry and one of them backs down, I count that as a win.
Yeah, and I felt the energy of people who are very fiery individuals to be around, shall we say? And by that I'm talking like just angry, well, assholes.
The ones who are always
Yeah.
looking for a fight. Yeah.
Yeah. But the basic premise also is that he used to be a spy for the Canadian government, and then he discovers, hey, like, she's she can become invisible, and then also he gets pulled back in for one last job,
Oh, yeah.
and
Right.
yeah,
Now it's pulling me back in.
yep. Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
So
Yeah.
you sounded like Christopher Lloyd there.
I didn't mean to make it Didn't mean to make my voice Christopher Lloyd, but it happened.
You actually did Christopher Lloyd really well.
Marty, you've got to come back with me.
There you
Back
go.
to the future.
Back to the future. I can do
Oh my
Biff.
God.
I can't.
Oh my
do-
God.
Marty, did you do anything today? Yeah, Doc, I kind of prevent my kids from meeting. Why? Does it matter? Nah, forget it. We're in a new timeline.
Oh my God. I don't know how they found me. I don't know how, but they found me. Oh, well, Doc, look at your van.
Exactly.
Volkswagens are not known for their. But they found me. Really?
I know. That's actually a meme I found. And the top photo says, "Oh my God, I don't know how, but they found me. I don't know how, but they found me." And then then it has a big circle on his on his van, Dr. Emmett Brown and Enterprises.
Certainly not Dr. Emmett Brown.
Oh man! At this point, I mean, like I said, I was supposed to wrap this up on 3 hours, but
Exactly.
No, let's cut down. Yeah. Anyway.
3 hours.
Yeah.
3 hours.
Anyway, you
10
got the
minutes,
basic premise of my book. So
It sounds brilliant, and I wish you all the best with it.
Thanks, man. Much appreciated.
Right.
But,
Well,
yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna take off. And plus, my phone's getting low.
right. Oh, your phone's fair. Okay. Well, in that case,
Battery power. I mean.
Yeah, that's what. Anyway, I think that's definitely me. It is time to call it quits here. So,
Hey, what am I? Chopped liver? What? Everyone gets to go, but fuck the captain.
Fuck the captain.
Fucking
You know you're gonna go live right after this stream.
No, am I? Fuck. No, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm. See, I always miss out. Fuck the captain. Talk about greed and selfishness. Everyone's had a go, but not the captain. It's like I don't exist. What about my project that I'm sweating balls over here?
All right.
No, don't let me put you out. Next time I go fucking. That's why I never go last, because it always happens. Seriously, I never go last, and this is why.
It's not my fault.
I let it happen once.
Winter in
This
New
is what
Zealand
happens.
right now.
I never, ever, ever go last, because no one gives a fuck about the last cunt. Right. Here's my comic. It's fucking amazing. Buy it. It's very expensive. Dillard drew it. And look, it's got French maids in it, and that's it. And it's got parallel universes, no time travel.
Oh wow!
Unreliable narrators.
Wow.
I could go on, but
incredible art.
Shout out Dillard.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Oh yeah, that art is
genius.
That art is amazing. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, shout out Dillard. So that's coming out next year. So get your wallets ready.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, definitely.
Parallel universes, French maids. What more do you want? All right, that's it. We out.
Oh, cool.
Right, let's wrap it up.
Wow.
You know,
Nice.
I'll take the French maids and the parallel universes. I'll take that.
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay, look. Well, all right, there you go, Captain. You had the center stage. You able to post your comic. Happy?
Well, for about 10 seconds, as everyone else at 10. No, I'm fine. Yes, fine. Don't worry about it.
So once I do end this, I'm free. I know you're gonna stream yourself, right?
Am I?
Right?
Fuck, I'm gonna watch violent Tarantino movies until I feel that I'm covered in blood myself. Then maybe later, if you're lucky, I might stream when you're least expecting it.
Fair enough. Well,
all right.
Well, anyway,
I'm actually be off the air for at least 15 minutes, folks. Get used to it.
15 whole minutes. Oh,
10. 10.
15 minutes of a 24. just a 24-hour live
All right,
YouTuber.
5 minutes.
How will we survive?
I don't know, masturbate or something. Do what you like.
I
All right.
choose the second option. Choose what I like.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know. Have a pineapple pizza. Yeah, read a comic. There you go.
Oh, pineapple on pizza. Seriously.
Uh-oh.
And
Oh,
the
do the
stream, Alec.
Seriously,
And the stream, Alec. And the stream.
I call it freedom
On
pizza.
on my channel, you're saying about having pineapple on a pizza. How
Yeah,
dare you?
What are you gonna do about it? It's called freedom pizza, baby.
Oh yeah, do the evolution. I am thinking about wanting to make it into an Audible copy. My book.
Oh, your book's going on Audible?
Yes, I'd like to get that done.
Oh, well, that would be fantastic. I volunteer to be your reader.
Awesome. I'll be in touch. We'll see what happens from there.
All right. What is my Twitter name? DJ Christopher 10
Oh, okay. I'll look
on
that up.
Twitter. Yeah.
Oh,
Cool. All right.
Oh, wait a sec. Hang on. But do the Evolution 78 has a couple of questions. One for you, Rod. Which you just answered about the Audible thing.
Yeah.
And Captain, where's your comic available to purchase?
Nowhere. It doesn't exist yet.
Now,
fair enough.
See, I didn't advertise my book until it was actually published.
Exactly. Do you know what? You can't win, because earlier I was getting ragged on for not having an advert, and now you're ragging me for advertising it. It's not. I literally began the day getting ragged on for not having a 30-second advert, and I was like, the product doesn't exist yet, guys. I'm going to do the comic and then the advert, and now you'll rag me for advertising it.
I actually have a very good microphone, and I do
the
believe
comic's
that
it's still in production at the moment.
It's still in production, folks. We're going for Q2 2023, and then I don't know, back of the van, I guess.
I do believe that my voices on could be viable on Audible. So now that's a personal opinion. You don't have to agree with me.
You don't have to, Dalek, but it helps.
But I actually considered reading my own book online, like a chapter, or
Nice.
2-3 chapters, whatever. I seriously considered that, and then I decided not to. But
shame.
I would absolutely, yes, absolutely. I would read your book if that's what is required to go on Audible.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
I cannot personally read books printed in my hand. It takes a lot of effort to turn a page. So
okay, cool. Well, definitely.
So I live on Audible. I do.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm sure Dalek wants to head out, so I myself am going to head out. I'm getting real low on power, actually down to 20%. So,
yeah. Well, yes, there is. I think I would like to head out myself. I'd like to. So
yeah, me too. Bye, everyone.
All right.
Oh, you didn't have to leave right up. Right. Come
That
back.
was easy.
Hey, well, he plugged his book.
You didn't have to leave
All right.
just like that.
Oh, come on now. Yeah, he's gonna be back.
Oh, so what? Sorry, what was your Mr. ccdv? What was your Twitter name again? I just want to run that back. Keep
DJ Christopher 10.
DJ Christopher 10. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Well, see you guys. Have fun.
Right. Thank you for coming on, Rod.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah, you bet. It was fun. We'll see you.
Right, and well, it looks like it's just and at almost 3 hours 20, and we're the other ones here. So, but
Not
yeah,
bad,
but
actually. You know, you and I mostly integrated on Discord, right? And so,
have we Discord?
well, yeah. I knew about you through one of those Doctor Who chats, but yeah,
Right.
you and I have mostly discorded through Discord.
Mostly discorded through Discord.
Well, I mean, you only started your channel a few months ago.
I've been I started you well, technically I've had my channel just sitting and doing nothing for over 10 years, but because I think I created it by accident.
Fair
but
enough. All
but
right.
it was only it's only like almost a year ago now that I actually started properly using it.
Yeah, and I saw that, and we were on Dimcock's Discord when you were talking about, and so I subscribed to your channel, and there it
Right.
is. There. Now we are talking face to face on well
on
YouTube.
on my channel. Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube face to face is what we usually call it. You know? A lot of us actually know what each other look like, but for the
No.
most part, we just keep our
Yeah.
avatars up.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather. Well, I'm not entirely like Doomcock, but kind of like I don't really want to be on camera, so.
Oh, you know what? The first year that I was doing YouTube, I was like, oh, I can't ever put my name or my image up. And then I was like, yeah, well, that's dumb. So I started putting my image and my name up whenever I did live streams or things like that. Or if it was like, you know, right now I'm doing a Bible series, right? So I'm going
Right.
through Genesis, and it's like, yeah, well, okay, chapter day with Mr. ccdv, and so that's how most people know me. If they look at my veteran streams, they know who I am and what rank I was when I separated from the army, and I'm not embarrassed, not one bit. I'll put my rank, I'll put my divisions that I deployed with, I'll put anything on screen that, you know, makes me look like me. Now, I'll even start the camera once in a while, you know, if I've shaved. But I've never that first year I was like, oh, people shouldn't know who I am, and then the second year I was like, I don't care who knows who I am.
Well, all right. Well, I think seriously, I think I am going to wrap things up here. So, thank you to everyone who came on the panel. Thank you to everyone who showed up in the chat. There's a couple of people that I didn't give a hail to. Hail to Disaster Area, Potato Revan. They showed up in the chat briefly. Of course, Do the Evolution 78, and yeah, thank you all for coming, and of course, thank you everyone. Thank you, Captain TimeLord Spock. As great having you on as always. Thank you, Mr. CCTV. Thank you, Rod Thunderheart. Pleasure having you all on. But for now, everybody, from the surface of Skaro, this is Dalek 451 signing off. I will see you all next time. Have a great day, everybody.